recap. Our heroes find themselves in Baarakiir, a section of the Underdark below the ancient dwarven city of Galathor. It was a tough path. It was a tough journey deep into Baarakiir, the eastern section, to arrive at the X on Galathor's map. There, they found a lone tree standing inside a cave opening. Some grass and a dirt path that led up to it with a wide open door with some light shining through from inside. Inside said tree building, they discovered a small little creature named Baarakiir, that, because it's a Korad, that was very relieved, of course, to find, first curious and wondering what's going on, but then relieved to find that Galathor was intended to pick up a relic of Helm, and also Erwin to pick up a relic from on behalf of Mistra. At the very end of last session, of course, the stakes were high as Galathor was able to retrieve his item, which was a very interesting brass lantern of the Protector. I'll send that over to you here in a second. What that does, and Erwin put her hand inside a box like Dune, and heard the Arcana humming loudly and the gears grinding. And that's where I cruelly ended the session. So we'll pick up from there.
You really did. You really did.
All right, Melissa's still in the lead. Here is an opening scene for everyone to... Let me just do this tweet so I don't forget. And clickety-clack. Oh, it's bang. Delicious.
Ew.
It was delicious. It's triple chocolate coffee.
Oh, I thought you meant your burp. Did you mean your burp?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's coffee. It's a coffee burp.
All right, Dan.
All right, that is tweeted. Tweeted out. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, now for our opening scene. Our heroes, having journeyed deep into the bowels of Baarakiir, find the Underdark to be a strange and unwelcoming place. Resolved and determined, the journey to the X on Galathor's map, where they find a lone tree housing a strange creature, Baarakiir. The air is warm and comfortable inside the tree hut. The soft bubbling sounds of boiling water, the warm yellowish light of crystals suspended in hanging lanterns above, and the fresh scent of potted plant life fill the senses. The small mystical creature expresses great relief that the two chosen have finally arrived to claim what is theirs. Their inheritance, housed within small, ornate boxes, awaits them. They need merely place a hand within the flat hole along the side of the box and wait to be verified. Galathor does so with great courage and determination, unlocking the box where he receives the brass lantern of the Protector, a relic of Helm. Erwin does the same. The Arcana hums, and the gears grind as the process takes place. One by one, her runes begin to alight, despite the anti-magic zone here. Finally, the symbol of Mistra herself alights with an orange glow atop the box, and the latch is released. Inside, a silver circlet, composed heavily of filigree, rests in a fine, padded cloth inset. And with that, Baarakiir exhales a sigh of relief. Then, a pop. A small cloud of smoke erupts from the spot where Baarakiir just stood. Now, we as viewers and witnesses to the heroic tales of our heroes stand just outside the door looking in. cataloging yet another pivotal point in the world history of Astralanor. With bated breath, we continue on this grand journey with them tonight on Stormfall. And that's where we'll jump in. So, poof! Derek turns into a cloud of smoke. It's just like a 5-foot oval of smoke, egg-shaped oval of smoke there. Take it away. I guess Aaron isn't here yet, so we'll figure that out. You see her face kind of, she rests her, goes to lift the circlet and inspect it, and her face just kind of, expression kind of drops off into like a 1,000-yard stare.
Curious. How long did you say that you were a cleric of Mystra, Ernwin?
She doesn't respond, just sort of looks blankly, like her mind is in another place.
Ernwin, is everything all right? Uh-oh.
Go up to Erwin and try to get her attention. Erwin?
You said Derek disappeared in a cloud of smoke?
A cloud of smoke surrounded him. You're not sure if he's in there or not. The smoky stuff is still there, hasn't dissipated yet.
Kaylin's gonna go, swiping through the smoke to see if he's there.
You you strike the side of a figure, slightly shorter and smaller than Darok was. It waves some of the clouds out of the way in the process, and a little goat stands there now. Golden horns pulled back over, little goat beard, and there it sits. Ow! It's Darok's voice. Ooh, nicely done, Sam.
Ooh.
Nice.
Is this like a regular sized goat?
Yeah. So it's about the same size as Darok was, because he was like Porky Pig size.
How big are the horns on it?
Maybe a foot in total, a little over a foot.
Kaylin's gonna grab one of its horns.
Oh! Ow!
What did you do to her?
What are you talking about?
Look at her, and I will force his head to look in her direction.
Oh! And he looks over at Devanya. She's fine.
No,
What?
I'm forcing him to look in the direction of Aaron Wynn, Dan.
Oh!
What happened to me?
Ah.
What?
Welcome back.
I just had meltdown central upstairs.
Oh no.
What did I back to?
Your thing popped open. Actually, I just described the process a little as your hand was in there and the gears were grinding and stuff. Your runes started to light up one at a time, despite the no magic zone. And after they all were alight with an orange glow, the actual symbol of Mystra started to glow off the top of the box, where it popped open. Inside was a circlet, which you felt drawn, to. And as you investigated it, you just sort of went into a fugue state. But now that you're here, I can actually, I'm going to jump right into Erwin so I can find out what she wants to do. So she can come back. No, you're fine.
Sorry.
You're totally fine. Okay, let's...
On your behalf, Sam.
The goat was about ready to die.
There's no bushes under here for you to shove it under.
Awesome. So yeah, your consciousness sort of pops elsewhere, and you see yourself once again in a starry night sky, like within the sky. Excuse me, surrounded. Just kidding. Surrounded by constellations. Actually, let me find this image here. There we go. Good.
Oh, right, Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah, my bad. That'll give me a second to get this shared out. You see, from the constellations forms a humanoid shape, a woman with long flowing hair, and Boop. Let's see if that shares nicely for us. I'm sorry, this is from like early Dungeons and Dragons. Not that they've gotten any better, but a scantily clad woman. Surprise! Who knew? Anyway, she steps forth into the space with you. Oh, you are one of our master's rune children, yes?
Yes.
Oh, such a relief. Such a relief you found the blue flame circlet. Oh. Then, has Mr. appeared to you yet?
Yes, who are you?
I'm one of the 7 daughters. And you see, as she's saying that, there's a bright glow on the most of her torso, from navel up to collarbone. That is one of those stars that form the 7 stars of Mystra. With a ring on a with a light with a that orange, light orange hue, just like the top of the box. My name is Symbol, and it's Simbul. This is good. It is good that it was you. We must restore our master, Mystra. What you hold in your hand, and you realize for the first time here that in one of your hands is that circlet that you touched, that you were investigating, is one of 7 blue flame artifacts that hold the power to restore Mystra. If she appeared to you, then she likely used most of her available power to do so. She must have guided your path here. There are 6 others to be collected. And she takes a few steps over towards you. I ask you, please, grant me the circlet that I may begin the process.
I insight check her first.
Absolutely.
Let me get my dice out.
And meanwhile,
6.
okay. She seems pretty straightforward, and a lot of her things are matching up, so you feel pretty safe. Yeah.
I'll just kind of hesitantly give it to her.
She accepts it, and as she touches it and takes it from your grasp, there is this ghostly blue flame that ignites on it. It's more that it's become visible to you as she's touched it. This is good. And she kind of gives it a twirl and throws it into the sky, and it becomes a bright constellation in the sky. But it has that same orangish hue that she has on her symbol, and it was on top of the box of Mistress there in the tree. Can you hear her song? And you do hear sort of a lullaby. It's not a lullaby. It's just a very peaceful songs you can sleep to kind of song that plays in the background, and it has that sort of a similar voice to the form that you encountered Mystra in. I see. She tells me your story.
Don't listen too hard.
I have known some of the difficulties that you've been through myself. Not all, but we share some. With this, some of Mistress' power has been restored, and in turn, she offers you this. And she opens up her hand and clasps the two together and twists one hand sideways and raises it up. And a clockwork little sphere shows up of magic. With the ring that looks like the ring around the star for Mistra. And it's almost like a little arcane visual gyroscope, sort of. And she reaches her hand out to pass it to you.
I'll take it.
And as you do, it draws you to pull it towards your chest.
Okay, I'll just kind of hold it there.
Okay. You feel your body, your runes calling to it and drawing it into your body.
Oh no! Consume!
This is Mistress boon to you. The boon of the unfettered. That you may aid her in collecting these other blue flame artifacts, but also grant you some peace in that you'll be much harder to capture or bind. And what that does, I'll send it to you in a message, but you now have advantage on ability checks made to resist grappling. And in addition, you can use an action to automatically escape a grapple or free yourself of restraints of any kind.
Oh, yes.
I am to guide you until Mistra is strong enough again. You'll be my charge. I will appear again and attempt to guide your path to bring you close to these other blue flame relics, that we may bring Mistra back, restore her. Your name?
Erinwin?
Well, and she takes a few steps closer and sort of reaches a hand out to do like a gentle handshake.
Sure, I'll take it.
Okay. Clasps her other hand over it. It has been a pleasure to meet you, Erinwin, the Rune Child. May we meet again soon, and may your journeys be safe.
Quick question. How many other rune children are there?
BAMF! You snap back to... Sorry.
Dang it!
Awesome. Yeah, so you snap back into the rest of the room. Meantime, you see Kaelin with one hand on this goat's horn, like, pointing it at you. And Kaelin, it's been in Derek's voice. Well, I didn't do anything. What? I don't. Did she? Maybe she's just sleeping.
Galathor casts Lesser Restoration.
Oh, okay. As you do, that seems to draw her out of the trance. Thump! And you're back in there. The circlet now gone.
Dang it! Couldn't have waited 5 more seconds. Okay. I'm fine.
We'll release the goat.
Are my runes still glowing, or do they fade now?
They faded, as does the magic on the top of the box.
Okay. Okay, cool.
How did the circlet fading appear to us, Dan?
They're 1 second gone, the next. Just out of existence.
Are you okay, Erinwin?
Yeah. I'm a lot better than I've been in a long time.
Okay. She'll just give, like, the goat a stern look before.
Oh, what?
I mean, it's really weird, all this stuff that's been happening lately, but, you know. What can you do?
Yeah. What can you do?
Say she's fine.
Oh,
Where did the goat come from?
It's
It's me,
yeah.
Derek.
Does he look like he did, or is he like straight up full goat?
Just a straight up full goat now.
Talking goat. That's not one I've seen before.
You just saw me.
I was just in the sky. Can I have some tea?
Yes. I think the food's almost ready. And he walked clop clop. Oh, that. Well, this is new. All right.
Are you gonna be able to eat goat?
I can probably make this work. He's batting that boiling water like, yeah.
I go over and help him.
Kaylin's gonna step out of the treehouse and just step outside.
Nice. Let's see. What else we got cooking in here? Aga, what are you up to since we haven't had you here as you find yourself in this tree hut?
I mean, I think Aga would have spent a lot of time observing this group and how they work, and just like kind of watching the way they check on each other in a affectionate way instead of a you know, where's the knife and when's it hitting my back kind of way.
Right.
And I think he'd be very confused. And I think out of everybody, I think probably the one that he's not really seen done a lot of interacting with the rest of the group, but made his standpoint on Aga's perspective very available very early is I'm sorry, Warren's character's name is escaping my mind right
Emil.
now. Emil. So I think Aga would probably want to have a conversation with Emil, but I think since Warren's not here tonight, I think we should wait on that.
Okay.
But other than that, I think he'd just be doing more observing at this point, watching,
Okay.
you know, keeping outside of mug throwing distance of Devanya, you know.
Mm-hmm. You know, Aga, while you're in here, you feel so. Yeah, of course you know the full history of your armor. Without magic, it feels a little freer, but you know that it's still going to be attached. But you think you might be able to be free of it briefly, if you wanted. Until magic came back.
Let me make a roll.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it.
And Ed, I sent you the thing on Facebook too, the lantern. Hopefully it's
Excellent.
readable. Sorry. I pulled it from a bullet point, so I don't know.
Plus something. Yeah. Okay. He'll kind of, you know, like reach up to the first strap that needs to be undone to take armor off, and
Did you feel it, the draw between the armor and your soul, but it's so weak that if you were to pop it off, it would come off for now.
he'll start just like in the back of the group, like as quiet. Like he'll actually try to be quiet about it.
Oh, okay.
And kind of like take a few steps back, like away from everybody while they're worrying about the goat and Aaronwin.
Nice.
I guess I can make but not a great stealth check. That's terrible. It's like a 6. So I'm sure it's like clang, clang, clang.
Yep. And it does come free.
He'll like start tearing the armor off as fast as he can. I think it takes like 15 minutes to take off.
Okay. Every piece that you detach and set down melts in more like it evaporates. Since it's effectively ice armor.
He'll be a little disappointed in that, but he will he'll accept it. And I think with how low I rolled on the roll I made to see whether or not he'd take it off, I think he probably would actually have like a tear or two in his eye of like finally being out of it.
It is free.
And he'll kind of, he's got like the leather and the chainmail that goes underneath heavy armor. And he'll take the chainmail off, but he'll leave the leathers on.
Okay.
And he'll kind of just run his hands over his own skin for a little bit because he hasn't felt it in years.
Right. So I think most of you would see that with.
Can I
The old
just
chap.
make a perception check just for funsies?
You can if you want. Yeah.
I don't think I passed anybody's passive. So
Yeah, it's
You're
pretty
good.
Oh, wait,
loud.
what's my
E-
passive? What's my passive?
I rolled
More
a
than
6.
six. It has to
more
be
than
8
six.
at
Turn
base.
around.
For sure.
Devon is just gonna turn around and just watch.
Oh, yeah.
She's not gonna say anything and just watching and see what's going on and kind of realize that it's kind of a personal moment. So just yeah.
Okay. Galathor, your container has popped open. Of course, you're seeing this too, in case there's anything you want to interact with that. But the lantern is inside. Do you want to collect that?
Yes, I'm gonna collect the lantern. Does it require attunement, Dan?
It does. And as you sort of, if you decide to attune to it, you'll quickly learn everything that comes with it.
We'll start attuning to the lantern.
Nice. That was a fun one to make. All right, so you start doing that. Does anyone want to interact with Aga or do anything else while they're in here? The goat's still like pushing the cauldron around.
I'm gonna go to Aga and hang on. I'm gonna make a roll. Dicer and dice gel at the moment. Okay, Vox Machina Dicer and dice gel for tonight. So they're in the dice vault. So okay, sorry. Okay, Dan, correct me if I'm wrong. The last time I cast Good and Evil, I did detect evil from the sword from Aga's back, right?
No, because it doesn't actually, despite
Well,
the
I
name.
know it's a feat.
Yeah, fiendish. Yeah, it's vaguely fiendish, I think is what you pinged on. Because
Okay.
it is the nine houses, or it is all of, the Great Flame is like all of every level of that, so.
Okay, I couldn't remember if it's just fiend, but it was detect good and evil and good.
Yeah, and it was fiend or fiend adjacent, enough for it to ping your spell.
Okay, so Rain does know about the sword. That's what I'm trying to ask.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm trying not to metagame, and so I was just clarifying that Rain does know about the sword.
Yes.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
Nice.
Okay. So, and I rolled a 14, so it's gonna happen. I'm just gonna go up to Aga. Aga, is the sword on your back? Or did you...
When taking his armor off, he probably would have dropped his pack and everything, and he's super distracted. So even if it were on his back, you could probably take it off, and he'd be a little, what? Yeah, like he wouldn't really. He's not his normal. He's clearly not his normal self right now.
Okay. Can I... never mind. I'm just gonna look for, like, a sword, just, like, look around. So, do I roll for a perception check?
It's a pretty big ass sword and it's wrapped in cloth. I don't think you'd miss it. I won't make you do a
Okay.
roll.
Okay. I'm just gonna stare at it. Gonna look at Aga. So, can you tell me a little bit about the sword?
He'll kind of look up at you and then like look down really quickly and kind of like wipe his face a little bit, and then kind of continuing to like rub under the leathers. He'll look over and he'll don't know too much about it. I believe that did he cast Identify on the sword? I don't think he did. Yes, he did because he touched it, right?
You did, yep.
Right, so he does know what it is. So he would explain the, oh my gosh, it's been so long. The name, something flame, you just said it and I can't remember. God. Anyway, he'll explain that it's like a demon lord,
Nameless
I think.
flame.
Nameless flame. And that it possessed a sword, and that it's whoever uses it might get possessed by this crazy fiend, and it's very dangerous to touch. So don't do that. That's why it's wrapped in cloth.
Has anybody touched it?
He'll point at himself, and he'll point at Galathor, and he'll say, "I was fine, he wasn't."
Can I make an inside check?
Go for it.
Okay. Ugh, I'm just gonna use fantasy card.
And
That's
if
what
there's anything to roll, Aga, for mystery's sake, you're welcome to roll if there's anything appropriate or not.
she believes. Rain believes you. I rolled a 10 total.
Let's see what I roll.
You have to beat a 10.
8 plus 4, so 12.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Persuasion. So he was telling the truth. Yeah. And he'll kind of like seeing her like squinty eye him. He'll kind of ask Blueberry.
I tried, and Blueberry covered for you.
He'll kind of like. Okay. Seemed a little surprised that somebody covered for him.
In the keep, when I walked into you guys, was that when Galathor was possessed?
I don't remember this, but Aga
was
would.
when-
I think that yes. I think.
Yeah,
the answer
it was
is yes, but I
when
don't
Rain got
remember.
It was right before Rain got the birthday cake.
Ah, okay. Then
I
yeah,
think it was just after.
It was before.
he'll say it was the cleaning up the aftermath, because I think that like you caught us right before we left the room.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And so
'Cause
he'll explain
Blueberry's
that
beast form. So that's all I remember. So
he'll explain that they were cleaning up the mess. But yes, that was it.
all right,
Okay.
I'm gonna walk away. Classic facts.
Are you leaving the tree hut, or are you just walking to another portion?
I'm
of
just
it?
walking to I find Blueberry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What's Blueberry up to?
I think he's gonna try and help the goat.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I don't know what to do here. There's
Have you? You're not normally a goat.
no. Well. Sometimes they change me based on what I'm supposed to do to help. So I've been this card for a long time. I don't really remember how long. The goat's new. I don't remember being a goat before. And I think it's gonna cramp my lifestyle a little.
Yeah. Okay.
I
I just look at him really sympathetically and just continue helping him.
Oh, that's sweet. With your help, he's able to finish that meal, the meat and potatoes kind of meal that he promised everybody. Which is effectively you doing it, and him like and then like pushing little ingredients over with his little hooves. Oh, well, all right. In the meantime, while you're helping with that, Devanya, did you step outside, or did you just go to a different area of the tree house?
She was turning around and just like watching the whole Aga and Rain situation, because she had turned around and watched Aga, but she never approached.
Okay.
And dinner's done or almost done?
Almost done. I just wanted to check in case you had anything you wanted to do. Kaylin would have walked by you, I think, at one point to go outside as well.
I'll walk up to Aga and if you want to eat or anything, I'll watch your armor for you.
I think it evaporated is what Dan said, so I think
Oh,
it just
yeah.
kind of poofed into mist.
I'll watch your water droplets for you. It's been a long day, guys. I'll watch this puddle.
How far
Sleepy.
how far away is the anti-magic field? Like, where does it start? Is it in the treehouse only? Or is
Nope. This whole, if you look, if you're in Fantasy Grounds and you can see that image, where this individual is standing in the foreground, it's this whole area is anti-magic. It's when you entered the cavern here, this part of the opening, that magic dropped.
So when Devanya's like, hey, like, if you want to eat, like, you can or whatever, he'll say, can you, and he'll, like, seem, like, almost childish in a minute, like in a moment, because he's never really asked anybody for help before. And he'll say, can you walk with me? I just want to step outside of, and he'll just kind of hand wave and ask her to walk outside of the magic field, the anti-magic field with him, because he wants to see what'll happen.
Of course. Yes.
Okay. Like the whole walk, he'll be just really quiet, kind of like touching scars that weren't accessible before. And then just kind of like right when he gets close to the what he recognizes to be the edge, he'll kind of like, and then he'll step across and see what happens.
Okay. You step across, and you have a moment of hope where you can feel the magic returning. You cast a cantrip and it's starting to work, but it's a fleeting moment before the very surface of your skin starts to freeze ice cold, and you feel in a very painful manner the strength of the magic reanimate this cursed armor drawn from your soul and through your flesh to create this icy armor once again, piece by piece. A shard sticks out here and another over there. Little bits of it break off as it fine tunes itself back into that particular piece of armor. Takes about like a minute for the whole process. It's pretty painful.
He'll kind of nod like, I fucking knew it. He'll turn around and say, thanks for walking with me. It's going to be a harder prison to shake than that, I think.
There's a bunch of blood all over it from coming out through his skin and stuff. Devanya, just so you see, like watching a werewolf shift. It's like, oh.
Dan, if I'm standing right outside the tree, do I see any of this?
Oh, yeah. I think you maybe a little bit of a distance, but
Okay.
you hear it. If nothing else, it'd probably be. I mean, I know Aga's pretty tough. I feel like
Okay.
there would be some.
He wouldn't have yelled at all. I rolled a 17 on a wisdom save to not like run back into the anti-magic field.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Devanya's gonna step outside of the magic field and cast just if you'll let her do prestidigitation, that bullshit spell I can never pronounce.
Prestidigitation?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just make up words at this point 3 years
Nice.
later.
F yeah, do it.
I'm sorry.
Me too. And he'll kind of do it as well. And just kind of clean it up. Say thank you. Kind of like timidly. And then you'll see him like harden up again. Like get cold. Literally and figuratively. And then he'll say, I'm hungry. and start walking for the tree.
She's just gonna give a small smirk while he walks by, and go back and follow him.
All right. If you get a chance, Melissa, I sent you a text just with a question. Take your time, no rush. Just
No, Ben has my phone,
Oh,
so
okay.
do it on Discord. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I will send it on Discord.
He's playing games.
Oh, no worries. Caitlin, of course, you see the two of them return, and you can see. You had some notion of what was going on, and you see Aga return with fresh armor.
Okay.
All right. Well, in that case, oops. You return, food is prepared, and the goat just sits idly by, gnawing on some food on a little bench off to the side. But the food's really tasty. Blueberry did a great job making it work for the goat. It's like a really just a meat and potato type meal. For anyone that wants to dig in and rest.
Can I use that never-ending treat bag thing that you gave me? And I wrote down the 6 things that I could have. I'm going to get some scones out and give it to the goat.
Oh, what are these? Oh,
Yes.
These smell. Oh, what are these called? These are delicious.
Scones or scones, depending on how you want to pronounce it.
Which way is the fancier way?
I mean, that depends on where you come from.
Oh.
I would say scones is the fancier way.
Then that's how I'll say it. Thank you. Yum, 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 yum. They'll dig into their scones. Yeah.
Derek, this steak is really good. It might be the greatest of all time.
That's awesome.
I just slowly push like more over to Galathor after he said that.
Nice. Awesome. You'll have to thank Blueberry for that. That's amazing. Okay, let's see. So, you're all seated at the table. Emil sort of tucked down at the end, a little awkwardly. There's a lot of nowhere to hide in here, and there's plenty of light. And it's a strange place, and he's probably a little bit eager to get moving on, so he'll eat his fill. Do y'all have anything you want to entertain while sitting down before heading out?
I don't think that Kaylin went inside. I think that she would have stayed out.
Okay.
I'm going to go back to where Aga was sitting. And I'm going to try to hold the sword. Or just, like, touch it. Just not...
Well,
okay.
when he got up to go outside, he would have picked up his pack. So he would have taken it. So it would be on
Dang
his
it.
person at this point. Yeah.
Do you want to try and take it off his person?
Hands down, though, I super appreciate you not doing it while he was in a vulnerable moment, because it would have made him evil forever. He would have never trusted anyone.
Nice.
I mean, does he trust anyone at this
He wants
point?
to,
He's
and
really
it's hard.
slowly
I
starting
know,
to
I'm
build
giving your character a hard time, Rob.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yes, I will try to take it off his person. Just touch it.
Are you gonna just
Can we
ask
have
for it, or are
one
you gonna
meal
try
where
and sneak
somebody
it?
doesn't try to get possessed or something? We just sit
It's a
down
nice
and
family
eat.
meal.
Nice. The classic.
Rain, were you
family.
gonna ask, or were you just gonna walk up and try and like take it from his stuff?
You know what?
Because he didn't seem like, when you were asking about it before, he didn't seem protective. He just seemed like, yeah, don't touch it. Don't like get yourself hurt.
You know what? Yeah, they would ask
Okay.
to see.
Go ahead and ask him.
Hey, Aga, do you mind if I touch your sword? Not hold it. but touch it. I just
Sorry.
need to know something.
He'll kind of like cock an eyebrow at you. And he kind of seems a little angry. Not at you, just in general. He'll go, yeah, fuck it, why not? And he'll unwrap the hilt and he'll cast Bless on you, and then he'll hold the hilt out towards you, but he'll hold the still wrapped blade. And he'll go, just don't grab it, just...
It's alright, and I'm just gonna lay my hand on it. And does anything happen? I
did cast Bless, so you can add a d4 to saving throws.
Okay,
actually,
thank you.
No saving throws. Nothing happens. You don't feel any of that arcana or anything that you felt beforehand. Everything feels, very dampened and nullified here.
Do you mind if we step outside the circle? Go outside.
He's gonna kind of like look at you and then look at like he's taking one bite out of one scone, and he's gonna be like, "Can I eat first?"
Sure.
Okay. He'll wrap the hilt, put it down, finish eating. So if anybody wants to do anything before we go get crazy, we can.
I'm gonna step
Handle that.
outside, and I would think that Rain would have saw Kaylin go outside, right?
I was gonna take a plate out to Kaylin.
Oh, nice. Okay, so Aaron, when you've got a plate and you're heading outside, Rain, if you had anything you wanted to do with that, you'd see Aaron sort of heading outside ahead of you with you see her leave the door with a plate in her hand.
Okay, and once I see Kaylin, I'm just gonna not plop right next to her, but like maybe 2-3 feet away from her.
All right, so you step outside, you see Aaron heading over to Kaylin, and you just sort of follow suit and then plop down next to Kaylin. Aaron, just before that, as you're heading out, you've got a plate of food.
Hey, Kaylin,
Hey,
here's some dinner. It's really good.
thanks. You didn't have to bring it out to me, Aaron. I just like it better out here.
It's weird anywhere down here, so
Yeah.
there you go. Have something to eat.
As she's taking the plate from her hand, she'll kind of pause as she's taking it and look sincerely at Aaron. So, you are feeling okay?
Yeah. Part of what was part of that deal I made with Mister was that I help her and she would help me get through all my trauma. So I may have a little bit of a fetch quest to do now, but I got a sort of boon in return, so yeah, I am feeling better. How are you doing?
It was your decision, right? I mean, Mister didn't make you follow her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
I mean, these weren't my decision, but she'll tap where her roots usually are.
Right.
But no, I chose to make the deal.
Dan, is smoke still swirling out of my eye, or has that died down?
Still happening.
What?
Yeah, from the darkness going inside her eye.
It's dark
Right.
smoke.
There's like a
sort of-
little.
That's a thing. Okay. I think your eye's on fire still.
If I touch it, Dan, do I feel anything? Does it feel hot to the touch, or?
So something interesting happens, of course. You raise your hand up to it, lightning arcs from your eye to your fingertips. But you don't feel a bit of pain from it.
That was cool.
That's one word for it?
Also kind of terrifying, but really cool.
Yeah. Thanks for the food.
Do you want me to sit with you, or do you want to be alone for a bit?
I don't know.
I'll sit on her other side and start eating as well.
Oh, neat.
Kaylin will start eating.
Here's some scones too that Blueberry got out.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
All right. Galathor, have you spent the, you've been checking on your lantern and such, well, and then eating as well. And you hear a voice in your head. You're... I'm to serve you then, yes? What is your name, young one?
Stefania, do you hear that?
Does not. Just so you know, Devanya, you don't.
And she's like, hear what?
I thought I got rid of the voices.
Oh, she won't hear me. I serve you. I'm the bearer of Helm's Light. A knight from, quite a long time ago. What year is it? Oh, pop quiz.
Have we really been paying attention to our time?
It's 1312.
Thank you, because the only number that was popping in my head is 2156, which is the... it's for tomorrow's game, my Star Trek game.
Oh, nice.
Stefania's gonna grab her bowl and just go outside after he mentioned about the voices. She'll be like, okay, dude.
My friend mentioned hearing voices. Let me run away.
I know where this goes. Oh, well, yes, I've long served Helm and those that are champions of the relic.
It's a fancy title you have there. How'd you get it?
A great deal of service and an even greater deal of sacrifice. But this was the mission that I chose long ago. Let my spirit remain here in the lantern to safeguard those who need Helm's protection.
Interesting. Are there any special words I need to say in order to activate this lantern?
No, you can just ask. Perhaps please and thank you, but other than that...
Well then, please.
Well, what can I do for you? I can... and he kind of describes what he can do, which is effectively all the same things that Mage Hand spell can do. Lift up to 10 pounds, go out to that same distance. It effectively represents Mage Hand. Aside from all the other cool things that that you would have gleaned from it.
So to cast Mage Hand out of the lantern, is that how that works? Like Mage Hand?
It's sort of like a you ask him, or you can talk to him, or tell him really if you want to, and he will in the way that like what do you call it? Unseen servant would go handle something. It's sort of like that, but the limitations are that of Mage Hand. So you can go pick something up. It's sort of like the rogue Mage Hand, though. Ledgermane's, I think it is. So he can pickpocket. He can carry some things. I think it's a little more weight that you can lift and carry. Pick locks, things like that. Aside from making the unseen seeable and lighting your way, and lists off a few of the other things he can do. I can also leave, and should you fall unconscious in battle, once every day, which resets at dawn, I can stabilize you. Just the once, but it's all the protection I can offer, but it comes in handy sometimes.
That might be all that we need to turn a battle.
Indeed. You are a wizened follower of Helm. Good. Good.
Wizened, battle-weary. Let's start with something simple. Could you stir the pot? Oh, could you stir the pot, please?
Thank you for the courtesies. Yes, of course. And he goes and starts trouble. Just kidding. He goes over and stirs the literal pot. Yep. What a lovely fragrance. Would that I still had my body.
Is that what you meant by sacrifice?
Yes, I'm to remain here as long as Helm needs me to. And, but my reward, once released to the afterlife, will be great. And my service is its own reward as well.
It occurs to me, I don't know your name. What should I call you?
Christopher.
I'm Galathor. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
A pleasure indeed.
Dan, you're gonna have to send me the spelling of that.
Oh, okay, sure thing.
Nah, just take a shot at it, and it's fine.
Nice. You should know that this is my sworn duty. However, should anything ever happen to me, and my soul be released, it is possible to continue the work. Should you find one willing to allow their soul to be captured, for lack of a better word, by the lantern, they can perform the same deeds, but of course Helm would have us only have a servant of Helm, a devout servant of Helm, take up this mantle.
Interesting. Thank you for the information.
Of course.
I don't believe I'll be needing your services for the rest of the evening, so...
I'll simply be here, as always. I bid you well, safe
Not
travels.
creepy at all.
Yeah, I'll be here watching. Oh, that's awesome.
This is the point where he says no mating.
Nice. That's awesome. He does seem to get, quiet and back to his own business once you say that. It dissipates. All right. So yeah, y'all have full bellies, and the Darok finishes his food, and he's sort of had an absent expression on his face and shakes it off a bit. And he kind of goes in the doorway so everyone can hear. Well, it's apparently time for me to go. My new role is to guide you all, in animal form, apparently. So, I will see you again. Maybe as a goat, maybe something else, unless you stray too far from the path. Yes, I can't really say any more about your destinies, so please make good use of the house, and just clean up before you leave. Okay. Thank you, everybody. It's been a pleasure. And sort of looking around at everyone, clearly a little dismayed at his new role in life. Before another cloud of smoke. Bamf! Only this time it dissipates, and he's no longer there. Goodbye, Darok.
When Darok leaves, does the anti-magic shield goes down?
Still there.
Okay. Darn.
What a strange fellow.
You were
Thanked
just
him.
talking to yourself for like 10 minutes. Are you okay?
It's a long story, but the gift from Helm, it's this lantern. It produces it.
Yep.
And
Need more than that?
You do see Blueberry inside. So while there is a hood that goes up and down to tunnel the front of the light, it also opens and closes shutters at the same time around the main body of the lamp. And when the shutters are open, there are four metal straps that hold everything together around this tall egg-shaped glass bubble almost. And you see this blue ethereal wispy material inside, and here and there it kind of looks like you see little ghostly hand and arm sort of in the ethereal mix, and maybe a little bit of a face, like a rough, like an erased face here and there. Not so much in a freaky way, more of a cartoony way.
No, it's freaky, Dan.
The only way it's not freaky is if it's the floating eyeballs in the darkness cartoon.
Nice.
Even that.
So is there someone in the lantern?
In a matter of speaking, it was a servant of Helm that rose through the ranks, and he essentially is the protector of this device, occupant of it. And if you ask nicely, he can perform certain tasks. And Galathor will ask the lantern to pick up a piece of steak and then offer it to Blueberry.
So you just see this steak floats up and over to you and sets down.
I approve of the lantern. Very much. I'll eat the steak and then just be like, huh?
I know you have a treat bag, but think of all the things that we can get for you.
Oh, yes. Yes.
That's a trick. Don't be tempted, Blueberry.
You're so mean.
Oh, that's great.
I skip on. Dogs can't skip. I walk outside.
Oh, okay.
My dogs could trot.
Nice.
Blueberry can skip.
Like a deer, you know, when they like boom, boom.
Oh, that's great.
So that's what your map was leading you to? She's asking Galathor.
It must be, which I guess leads to the question of why the followers of Tyr, is it Tan?
Yeah.
Torm?
Tyr or Torm. I can't. All three have a hand in this thing together. I get the other two mixed up a lot. We'll say
looking
Tyr.
for it.
Why they were what? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Why they were looking for it.
I can't speak to followers of religions and what they're looking for, so can't help you there.
Why'd you lose your temper at Zarek earlier?
Why did I lose my temper?
Yeah.
Because Erenwen was in a trance. She wasn't responding.
He seems harmless enough.
He was the only one that would have been at fault if something was happening to her. None of us did anything.
I mean,
This is
technically,
his
I did
house.
stick my hand in the box of my own choice.
Who else would know what to answer if it wasn't him? Should I have been mad at Erenwen for doing what she thought that she should do?
No, I think that Kaylin I knew wouldn't have been mad at all. She could have been inquisitive, but...
Well, the Kaylin you knew is not here anymore, and she's going to walk out.
Oh.
If we were inside.
Anybody else get Taylor Swift vibes from that?
Nice, nice. That was an awesome exchange. I love the callback to the Kaylin you knew. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I gotta lower my hype. Sorry. All right, so I think we have mostly everybody outside at this point. Aga's inside and Devanya's inside eating. Or is that incorrect?
I went outside after Galathor asked me about the voice.
That's right.
Yeah,
no. So
as soon as he was done eating, Aga would have gone out to catch up with Rain.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Aga finds Rain like away from everybody, but like not away, but just like a good few steps, and just sketching in their sketchbook and writing.
Okay. And Devani, what are you up to after you left? Are you sort of just out there killing time?
She's seen the interaction between Aga and Rain, so she would follow them. Like a stalker.
Nice. I'll be watching. Okay, so Aga, you step outside, you see Rain writing in her notebook. And Devani, you see this unfolding. Are you just chilling there, Aga, or are you anything to interact with Rain?
I think he'd walk up and he'd go, "You ready?"
As I ever be,
And he'll go,
as
"Come
the
on, let's
saying
go."
goes. Okay.
And he will walk over. I'm assuming that Galathor and Kaelin have had their conversation already, and Galathor's milling about to some degree outside.
Galathor's inside.
Oh.
Well,
all this
then
food.
Galathor or Aga would track down Galathor and make sure that he was present for this in case shit went sideways.
You're going to do what?
I'm gonna let Rain touch the sword.
I hope that's a euphemism, because I know that's not what you mean.
My stealth check was a nat 20.
Oh, nice, Devani.
He'll go, "Not a euphemism. Everybody deserves their right to know."
Maybe I'm just too protective of her because she was a child. They were a child when I first met them. Fine. I'll keep an eye out. How
Okay.
should you?
I'm ready. And he'll walk outside.
Okay. All right.
They'll walk out to the edge of the magic field, I guess. All
Mhm.
three of them.
Before oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Before we start, I'm gonna try to summon my Revan. Last week it dissipated when, so I'm gonna try to summon it.
Okay. You call it, but you still feel disconnected from it.
Okay.
Is that
Perhaps
inside or
after-
outside the magic?
It's
Anti-magic?
outside the magic.
Yeah, you still feel a bit disconnected in general. You feel like maybe after a long rest you might be able to call him back.
Okay.
But in the way it was disconnected from you, it's a long rest.
Okay, cool.
Devanya, they don't see you at all because I did passive perceptions because they were in their own world, and with your stealth roll, you're just like. So, Rain and Aga, are you stepping back into the magic? Galathor?
Outside
the anti-magic.
Okay.
into magic, I guess. Outside the anti-magic. I don't know how that works.
Double negatives.
Oh, no.
It's neutral.
All right, so Rain, Aga, and Galathor all step out there. And what do you want to do? You're all standing, a little bit apart from one another, back inside where the very thin line between no magic and crazy town magic. Because that entire prior chamber had what's it called? Magic surge, wild magic. Things affecting people. So you're in a safe zone. You're just outside. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna go step in that safe zone because I miss magic. Just saying. So I'm gonna be right there too. Just.
Okay. And Blueberry and Kaelin, is there anything that you would want to do? Seeing everyone's sort of heading out.
Kaelin was already. She walked outside when she had after the exchange with Galathor.
They've walked away whatever that is, 120 feet, 100 feet from the tree, way back towards the cave. Do you want to hang out by the tree, or do you want to come over to this area?
She'd probably give some distance since she doesn't really know what's going on.
Okay. And Blueberry?
Would I have any indication, would I have heard anything of what they spoke about and why they would be going?
Were you guys being quiet at all during your talk, or just sort of regular volume? Yeah.
Just regular volume.
You probably would have heard with your expert hearing and being right in the same area.
Cool. Well, considering what happened to Galathor last time, I will sprint off over there.
Okay. Nice. Little Blueberry sprint with those diesel thigh muscles from the the barbarian. Goong, goong, goong. All right, so you bolt over there and catch up. Go ahead and wait, Devanya, you're sneaking up. Devanya, this entire time, or at least since you've been following them, much like the other night outside of the Kaelin's estate, it's this nagging feeling. These thoughts of Mal are just coming back, just kind of nagging at the back of your mind. Okay, go for it, Rain and everybody. What would you like to do out there with the sword and such?
Is Bless still in effect? That's my question.
No, it wouldn't have worked in the anti-magic field, and he probably
Oh, okay, that's right,
wouldn't have
that's right.
and not casted it anyway. I'm just a derp. Aga's not. But he'll cast it outside the anti-magic field. And,
Okay, so +4.
well, plus a D4.
I think Mort would probably go with you all because he'd be interested in it. And Emil is probably going to hang back with Kaelin, saying that she's stressed or something. Yeah. This is how he would probably take it. Okay, I'm sorry. So I was so lost in that so you're taking the sheet off, the coverings, Aga?
I'm just gonna uncover the pommel
Okay.
of the hilt, so not even the whole hilt. And I'm just gonna let her touch the.
And you touch it, Rain?
Yeah, instead of touching it, I'm just gonna
Okay.
grab it.
I purposely only uncovered the very very bottom
Gotcha.
pommel.
Okay, so
of yeah.
I'm just gonna grasp it like this.
Okay.
Just grab the ball.
Let's see. Oh gosh, you're already. Okay, make a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage, please.
I intentionally brought Galathor so that she could add his charisma.
Ooh, yes, add.
And the D4.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
What does
Wait,
she
what?
get? You get to add +3. Okay, Galathor is giving you a +3 boost, and then you get to roll a D4 from Aga on top of that, on top of whatever your saving throw is for wisdom.
Golly. Okay. And this is all in disadvantage, right?
Yeah, disadvantage because of things going on.
Well, just my luck. Okay, so 4, 5, 6, 7.
And then roll a D4 and add that.
Yeah, I rolled a 3 on the D4.
Oh, okay. So you get 3 from Galathor, then
So
3
6,
from
7, 8, 9. Total of 10.
Oh crap. Okay.
Oh, Raven Queen, help me. I rolled a 16 and a 4. Ugh.
So,
just so I could set the scene for what Aga is doing. A sword's got a hilt and a pommel and then a cross guard and then a blade, right? He's got the blade covered and tucked under his shoulder, and he's holding the cross guard, and the pommel is available to her, and he's got his hand on the rest of the hilt. So, I mean, all wrapped in cloth. But if she wants to keep the blade, she's gonna have to fucking fight him for it.
This is gonna be interesting.
And I don't know if Blueberry managed to get there, but if he did, he's gonna basically be grabbing onto the back of Rain's clothes so he can pull them off.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest. You might all need that. I don't think pulling it away is gonna be as easy as you might hope. All right, but there's other stuff going on we have to deal with first. Visually, what you see. First thing you feel, Rain, is pain. You feel like you're being torn asunder. Please roll 66 for me.
Six.
66.
6.
Oh,
no.
You got some other stuff going on and it's not going to work well with this. So, you, for everyone...
Oh, this is true. 3.
Everyone else sees, it's almost like her body kind of freezes in time with this little mini grip on the end of the pommel. Flames ignite, but one eye ignites, the other one is like having this arcing problem. Like it's trying to light up, it's not working. It keeps being stamped out by like this darkness. And you can see this almost like a seam forming from front to back down her center with white light starting to shine out as it gets a little wider. And flame and flesh starts burning on this side, and the other side is just becoming dark. And
as soon as she looks like she's taking damage, Aga's gonna like pull the sword so that she falls towards him, just pick her up and throw her across the line of like anti-magic.
Okay.
Try and just be like, fuck that.
Go ahead and make a strength check. I'll let you do it with advantage because you were so prepared. It's gonna be a high DC. She's locked in place. And Blueberry, you can also do one with advantage because you were prepared to do this too.
Oh, sorry, strength.
Yeah, or athletics. I'm sorry, because you might have bonus to athletics. So.
I hope you're better at this than I am, Blueberry.
Okay, I get advantage on strength checks and saving throws.
Nice. Okay.
Dan, for FYI, I rolled a total of 24.
Okay, you take 24 points of damage.
Oh no!
It's actually a force damage, oddly.
I didn't roll bad, Blueberry, so if you did, it's okay.
Yeah, I really did.
Oh no! All right, Blueberry, what'd you get? We'll go with the lower number.
12.
Okay, yeah, you're yanking, and there's just something magical about this. She's just locked in this position.
Roll a 17 plus 3 for 20.
30-20. Yes.
Okay.
I'm assuming that doesn't do it because you said really hard DC, but
Let's just hope.
All right. Wait, who won the thing tonight? That was Devanya, I think, right? Did anyone get higher than that? Nope. So if you want to give that to anyone, Devanya, you can. You don't have to. You can keep it for yourself in case there's other stuff happening tonight.
No, I'll give it to Aga because my strength is like shit.
Okay.
Is it a 10?
It is. No, for our group, it's a D12. Yep.
Okay. All right.
D12, yeah.
I
Sorry.
swear if you get a 1 now.
Exactly what I got.
Oh
Dare you?
no!
Oh my god.
He wasted it. He wasted it, Melissa. He wasted it.
You totally wasted it.
I'm sorry.
Okay. All right.
That could not have gone
While
better.
this is going on,
Yes.
Okay.
what's going on with Rain? Are they going to start moving?
Currently, you just see them locked in this position in space. And you see the two of them pulling and like nothing's budging. You see that blue seam from stem to stern sort of becoming wider with shining this bright white, bluish white light out. The flames and the tissue, skin tissue melting on one side.
On the
My
side of
face,
her face.
it's heat. Yeah.
Heaving breaths.
Nice. And the other side is sort of more of sort of necrotic, but something's off about the necrotic piece. And it's just splooging off. It looks pretty painful. Rain, make another wisdom saving throw at disadvantage, please.
Why at disadvantage? This is a repeat of last week.
She's splitting open like a portal.
You don't know. You just see that seam that seems to be superimposed on her body. You're not sure if she's actually splitting in two, but it certainly gives that impression.
Does it look like there is something inside the seam?
No. Nope, it looks more like two opposing forces in one body, battling for dominance.
Ha 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 ha. I'm just gonna roll a plus That is a total of 23. I rolled a dirty 20. I rolled a 12. 12 and a 13,
Okay.
Dan, for disadvantage.
Nice.
So total is 23. I rolled the +4 with Aga's blessed.
Okay, nice. Oh, geez. All right, let's see. Because you've already... okay, roll 66. Take half of that as damage.
Okay.
But it continues.
Oh, no.
Aaron, did you have something you said you wanted? Or did you ask me and I failed to answer?
I'm gonna keep an eye.
Okay.
Geez, I don't have anything I can do to like help.
Anyone else? Galathor, since you're here, do you have anything you want to? Oh,
Can I have So I have my repulsion ability, the repulsion breath. Can I focus that on Rain to try to blow her away from the sword?
You can give it a shot.
I will do that.
Okay. On which side do you want to stand, and in which direction do you want to blow her?
I'll
blow them.
You know what? I'll run up behind her and push them into the anti-magic field.
Okay, so you run around and you do this. You see Aaron. Is there any sort of a DC for them?
It's a strength save.
Okay.
The DC 15.
Okay. All right, quickly, Rain, what was your 66 half?
It's 11.
Okay. All right, good. That's not too bad.
My open die is doing very well for me tonight. I might have jinxed myself.
Nice. So with Aga pulling still on one side, with Blueberry yanking on the other, and only because everyone's working in tandem and was prepared. Galathor, is there anything you want to jump in and help as you see Aaron ready this deep breath?
I mean, I have stuff I can do if they go down.
Nice.
The best thing you can probably do is cast protection from energy on fire on Rain.
Okay. All right. So you do that then to protect a little against breath. Aaron, you breathe this breath, and you see your feet slide a little bit, but not what you were hoping for. Mort joins in, and you see him casting an intricate spell. This dome of anti-magic drops over everybody. Rain, you see the seam seals up. You still have burns on one side and sort of skin that's dripped off on the other, having taken a fair bit of damage, bit of pain.
Healing word.
Okay.
From Aga.
Okay.
He'll drop a 4th level.
Nice. All right. But you kind of come back to, this moment, Rain. You felt... I will message you what you felt, what you sensed in that state.
Okay.
Oh. Sorry, go ahead, Maria.
Did I hear anything? The main reason Rain did that is to see if this thing is killing their deity. That's...
all that you heard were sort of, what's the word I want to use? Primal, not growls, but sort of like roars, battle roars, very primal. 2 of them, 2 distinct ones, which is effectively what I was going to send you, so.
Okay.
So, Dan, Caitlin's standing a few, kind of a bit off, but she was watching the whole thing and keeping an eye on it. Were people like rushing towards Rain, or was there anything that Caitlin would have seen?
I I guess Erwin might have a little bit, because she raced around her to help blow her back.
Okay.
Mort would have run over a little bit to get into the anti-magic shield, because I think it's a self-cast. I think he has to cast it centered on himself.
Okay. All right.
So you'd see that. You would have probably heard some yells from Rain, or seen some of cinders and flame and other stuff.
You would definitely hear yells from Rain and just
Helen
agonizing.
will march over there then. What was that?
That's never happened before.
I think Ago would say that was a learning opportunity. And he'll be wrapping the cloth around the end of the pommel of the sword and putting it back in his pack.
She's going to look at Rain. Did you get what you needed? Did you get what you wanted?
I say nothing. I just look away from Caitlin.
Oh God, can we get out of this area? I'm just gonna just walk a few feet away, I guess, and wait for them where we came in.
I'll walk after Caitlin and go, can I propose a new group rule? Along with our buddy system, how about we don't willingly touch items that we know are evil?
Caitlin's going to stop and turn to Erwin.
I'm talking to everybody.
Right.
Everybody.
No, I understand. And you're going to see Erwin, if you look at Caitlin at all, you'll see a very kind of panicked look on her face, but also a little bit angry. They don't listen, Erwin. So, sure, say it, but it doesn't help. And I'm going to continue on where I was walking.
God damn it, you pissed off Mum.
That's awesome.
I'm tired of fighting, guys. She's come to the dark side.
Nice. Somewhere off in a tree, a squirrel is using the bathroom, and so we will too. Yay!
Hey! Transition.
It's terrible transition.
I need to take my dogs out so that they and the squirrels can all.
Perfect. This will give our party time to gather in case if they're looking to move on, and there's a couple other things to do here in the caverns in case they wish to do that. But for anyone that doesn't know, we take like about a 10-minute bio break, 8 to 10-minute bio break. We'll have our BRB screen up, but we'll keep our mics hot so you can chat with us, and we'll be back shortly. Catch you soon. Boo, boo, boo. Ooh, that was intense. Ooh.
Dan, what is with you and me trying to kill my character?
I know. I can't.
Why with disadvantage? I had terrible luck. I had terrible luck rolling last week, so when you said disadvantage, I was like, no, this is not a repeat of last week. But it is.
Kinda chose to do it, so.
Oh yeah, no regrets. No regrets,
Yeah, no regrets.
It was intense. I can't wait to be able to share like what was going on, why the disadvantage, what's going on, and kind of elucidate on why things went that way. I'm excited to.
Yeah. Show off my new light that I got from Aki Bento. It's can't really see it, but it's really.
Oh yeah, I got the thing up anyway.
It's Rin from ReZero.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
It's gonna be my mood light for tonight. So.
Right, BRB super fast. Oh man,
How's everybody's week?
Oh.
Steph, how was your week been?
Good. It was fine. It was good.
My gosh.
Went by too quickly.
Same. We recently just got our pool fixed. Our old pool liner ripped, and so and we ordered a new one, and it just got put in this week. And this is day 2 of the family finally able to use our pool again.
Nice.
One of my sister's college friends came over yesterday, and then my 2 nieces came over today, and it was really nice to see them.
Good.
Steph, your messages in chat are making me laugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keelan's not too happy.
Right. Yeah. Alright, go in the restroom really quick.
Same.
Gosh. Divania. Hello, chat. Right, and let me open up. Oh, it's just me. Okay, I'll keep the will return soon up. Yeah, talking to you will always be too soon to refer to it. Nice. Oh wait, what? It means swallowed by a giant sea creature horsey. That's right. Yeah, that was really sad. I should put that up for art. That Brixie's spirit deflecting the blast from that creature, saving Aaron with. It's like a last ditch, beautiful thing.
Oh, you guys talking about Rixie? I caught. Yeah.
I gotta put that up for one of Steph's mad art, fan art things. It'd be beautiful.
Yeah. Beth, how's your week been?
Yeah, not too bad.
Good.
Uh,
That's good to
like,
hear.
literally, Beth, I was just like thinking about like you sending us chocolates from the UK, and I'm just like, we don't deserve you, Beth. I was talking to you to my SO tonight, and I was just like, yeah, we have a player from the UK, and she's sending us a little care package, and we don't.
That's so
I started getting all the stuff, so slowly filling up the boxes, and I'll let you guys know when I send them off. On the assumption that I can still send stuff to America. I don't see why not. Papu!
She's a little obsessed with the fact that her sister has a bone right now, but I'm trying to distract her. Just let me love you. Let me love you.
It's like, Dad, not on camera.
Nice. You're embarrassing me.
She's never embarrassed. She's the skittish one. She's always scared. Her sister's right there.
Oh.
She's a big cutie. They both are.
Rob, I see a TARDIS.
Ah, yes, that's my sister actually got me that for my birthday or Christmas a few years ago.
I like it. I approve.
It's the comic book, the original comic book cover. Just blown up real big. I don't know if it's like the first edition or anything, but it's one of the original comic book covers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Comics are not too bad. I have like a couple of volumes.
I'm not gonna lie, I stopped watching like halfway through Peter Capaldi and kind of like lost interest because they just started doing like the multiple episode stories, and I was like, this isn't Doctor Who anymore. Yeah.
Oh, I love Bailey's trim, by the way.
Oh,
she's so cute.
I think she was getting to the point that she was getting like so heavy with all her fur, she was just miserable because we got her clipped, and then literally that evening she was going absolutely mental. She was like running around and being like, "Wait,
I'm a puppers!" Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, the update on my sister Saint Bernard, she weighs 75 pounds now.
Oh, no thanks. Nope.
But she's the most cutest thing ever.
Nope.
She a lap dog?
She tries to be a lap dog.
Oh no.
It's always the biggest dogs that try to be a lap dog. It's like the Great Danes and the Bernards, and it's crazy.
My sister's boyfriend sent a video because they have joint custody over her. Her name is Ellie, and so she travels from St. Louis to Muskogee, and so, like the sole purpose, the reason why my sister and her boyfriend have a dog is for her to have a companion when she moves, like to Indiana for grad school. So.
Okay.
And so, if she can't have a dog in her apartment, she's definitely living with her sister's boyfriend's mom and dad's house. So.
Nice. All the cute puppies.
I'd say it sounds like a good gig. I mean, hard to complain about that. Having like an option to, if I can't find somewhere, I'll just live with them. Yep. Safety nets are wonderful.
Ah, yes. Safety.
I did not know, because I thought Ramu, this soda from Japan, only came in like the glass bottles.
Oh, look at that.
With the little balls in them, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I did not know they came in like physical, like.
Oh, very true, Danny.
Bottles like this.
How cool.
Yeah. I think the ones with the glass bottle are called Ramune or Ramune.
Yeah,
or
this
something.
is what it is, Ramu.
Yeah, but there's an NE on the glass bottles, right? Like RAMUNE, right?
I don't know. It's a product of Japan. That's all I know. But it's like this glass bottle right here, Rob.
Yeah, no, I've had them before. They're
Yeah.
pretty tasty.
I like the peach wine.
All right, I think we have. Let's see who we got. Most of the folks. Neat. I'll let stuff get plugged in. Do you all have? Do you feel like you want to roleplay anything else here, or are you all pretty ready to move on to collect the crystals from the northern part of the cave? Those sweet, sweet crystals.
I didn't want to do anything. Yeah.
Are the crystals basically just a heat sink for soul?
They
soul
are,
usage?
yeah.
Gotcha.
Devanya would want to do something.
It just makes me feel more and more like. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I interrupted you.
You's fine. So Devanya
We'll
has
just
something.
keep doing this all night. Like,
Nice.
watching the interactions with everybody and what had happened.
Mm-hmm.
See, what had happened was, I'm just kidding. She would,
Nice.
when Kaylin walks away, further away from the group towards where they first started, she would dash towards Kaylin, away from everybody else. Are there any trees? Are there any rocks? Is there anything that we could step aside and kind of be out of eyesight?
Yeah, there's
everybody
some
else?
spiky mineral formations in here. So, they're probably high enough. You can find a spot, yeah.
She's gonna grab Kaylin's arm and attempt to drag her towards that.
All right. Do you go along, Caitlin?
Steph is readying her punching hand.
Nice. She's cracking knuckle. Yeah.
I think Kaylin would probably. I mean, it'd probably take her by surprise, but then she would probably just kind of try to yank her arm away and just go with her. What's up?
She's gonna turn around towards you and cast a blade ward on herself and say, "Let it out."
What out?
Let it out.
I don't know what you mean, Devanya.
Don't give me that crap. I've watched you guys for a while. You have internalized everything, even things that had nothing to do with you. She made a choice. That was her choice.
I have nothing. Are you talking about Rain or Aaron?
Both of them.
I have no problem with Aaron, but you have to admit, touching a cursed sword because you just want to see what happens is kind of a stupid move.
Indeed it is, and I don't disagree with you on that. Yell at me. Hit me. Something. I don't think I've ever seen you just relax. I even at your estate, I have not seen you take the time. You have a lot of anger. And I don't think it's necessarily towards them.
Of course it's not.
Allow
entirely.
yourself. Allow yourself this.
I don't attack friends, whether they're asking for it or not. Hey, if you want to have a talk, once we're out of this, whatever this is, sure. But if I put my hand up to my eye again, Dan, does the arc still happen?
But again, you don't feel any of that lightning.
I
pain.
can't deal with dealing right now.
Hit this rock.
It won't help. Nothing helps.
Have you tried? Do you want to try?
No, because I know it's futile. I know that it doesn't matter. What matters is that we get through this cave alive. That's what matters.
When I first met you, I felt magic on you. I didn't say anything. Be careful. Because whatever you may have made a deal with, I'm not quite sure that it's in your best interest or the interest of everybody else.
Everything that I have decided to do with this has been to protect all of you.
As a side note, even in this moment, you can feel something watching you all and that presence being held at bay.
If it's not helping you, then I don't know what will. You think that I like losing my eye? You think that I like things happening to me that I can't explain? You think that I like constantly feeling like that? No. I do it to make sure everyone here in this group is okay.
Even in this moment, you think of other people. I respect that. Okay. We can talk later.
Deal.
She'll take a step around Kaylin.
Okay. Woo! All right.
You can feel.
Rain, you've received some healing from Aga that's healed you up. You still have some of the wounds. Not as terribly gross as they were before, where, flesh had rotted and burned on the other side, but still, sore and a bit open. Everybody at one point here sort of collects themselves. Mort's like, all right, that's covered and separate. Before I drop this, should I keep this up while it lasts an hour while we walk through this crazy magical surge area?
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay, you're all gonna have to stick real close.
Can we put Mort on the carpet and have him hover at head level so we're under him?
He's I don't know if the carpet will work.
That's a fair point.
But it's not that far to walk. I think everything was fine on the other side of this cavern, but I'd really like to get out of here. And
yeah, let's go.
And Emil kind of seconds with a nod. Oh my gosh. All right. Does anyone
Aga will like wholeheartedly agree, like, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. And then like as everybody like groups up to leave, he'll kind of like turn around and look back at like the cove, kind of like longingly, and then steel himself and head out with the group.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything want to do here before bouncing?
Nope.
Smell.
Yeah.
Done with this stupid tree.
You leave the tree in the distance in your rear sight as you go through safely through the area with the surging magic, with the the temporal zones you navigate successfully. There's no real rush. All that smoke has receded, so it's no longer filling any of that area. You find your way back through. You're now in that length of hallway that has that long rectangular window of like a foot thick crystal that looks into the darkness, the rolling clouds of darkness out there. Before heading up the switchback stairs and climbing out of that coffin, the stone coffin, pushing it out of the way, and I assume you want to reseal it when you're done? Okay.
That'd probably be a wise decision.
All right, you all seal it back up. You have this nearly a mile, or almost half a mile, whatever it was. I think it was about a half a mile, or very long cavern with the darkness above, darkness below, and just pillars that run from the darkness down into the darkness. Long journey. You all take the same means of flying transportation, I imagine, on the way back. As you arrive on the other side, Emil takes a minute to look for that Nothic-esque creature. And, okay. He does not spot him, or it, anywhere currently. Last it saw, it wasn't going to cross with you all. And it seems like maybe it went to go do something else, not sure if you were all going to return. So you navigate back through all the dangers there that Aga, I imagine, uses underwater breathing again, so you can crawl through that tiny little space. It's just enough room for your shoulders.
I totally missed it. Did we already cross the cloud chasm thing again?
That's what you just went across. Is there something you wanted to do? Go for it if there was.
After we crossed back across the cloud chasm thing, if I remember correctly, right around this area is where we met that little magical collection motherfucker, right?
Yes, that's a Nothic creature that Emil just looked for and didn't see. Mm-hmm.
Can we see if we can find traces of it? Because Aga was severely interested in trading.
Oh. Yeah, make us like a survival check for any signs of that it left behind, any tracking.
I'm not great at survival. Is anyone else great at survival?
Rain would be near Aga.
Can I just assist Rain?
Are you gonna tell us all? Because some of us are decently good at survival.
Yes. Why he would say like, that thing was around here looking for items, wasn't it? Yeah, might be interesting to catch up with.
I'll make a survival roll.
Emil looks and looks like it's gone for now.
Because he can see invisible things.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see him?
You do not.
Just looking around. Okay. Okay.
I did a 17 on survival.
Yeah, 16.
Okay. No signs of maybe because it walks along walls and ceilings and stuff, and doesn't leave your typical tracks. Just nothing to be seen here currently. Yeah.
Would the lantern help out here?
Yeah, it's definitely worth a shot if you like.
Galathor is going to open up the hooded lantern and try to aim it around up in the ceilings.
Nice. Okay. So anything that's within that conical 30 feet of bright light that's invisible is made visible. So you do give it a good scan. However, even with that, the creature just doesn't seem to be here. But you know factually that it's not, because that makes all the invisible things visible. So, but I guess one other person can do a survival check with advantage that hasn't done it yet, if you want.
I'll do it. Oh. Oh, good. Whew. Survival, you said, Dan?
Mm-hmm.
22.
Oh, nice. So thanks to Galathor's hooded lantern there are even some tracks that remain invisible. Whatever this creature is doing to be invisible is a little different than the typical item. Now, while this lantern would still easily illuminate if it were here, it makes other means of finding it difficult. With the lantern's help, you can see that it at least left this cavern. You follow its scattered parts around to where it was before, and that it left, but then they sort of dissipate. You just know it's left this area.
Okay, cool. I'll relay that to the party.
Okay. All right. Do you all continue on then? Okay. So you go back, you go through that really narrow space, and it has to go underwater, and everyone's commando crawling through that before coming back up and out the other. The other side, and into the larger area with some larger crystals that illuminate everything. You're back at the section where, if you wanted to pursue the morning dew crystals, you would begin heading north. It's only from here to there is probably like a third of the time that you just spent getting back here. So it's not too far off. All right, yeah, you all begin heading up there. Much less treacherous through this next leg here to get to the northern part where the morning dew crystals are. I think with all the challenges you've done so far, you're pretty adept at the more minor challenges of climbing and navigating through the rough terrain. And so you all manage your way up to an area where the cave system plateaus. It's sort of like a 15-foot wall that everyone has to scale, and you come up onto a plateau that has a boatload of little groupings of these crystals, almost in the way dandelions are terrible, they're everywhere, but certain plants will group up here and group there and group over here.
Strawberries.
Yeah, thank you, yeah. And they look like what you were shown. Kaylin, I think you're the one that Brewer was explaining it to. Or wherever else you learned, I think, or maybe learned from the creature at the.
What did he explain? I'm sorry.
The crystals. Mm-hmm. These are the morning. These seem to be the morning dew crystals.
Mm-hmm.
They're very fragile, very difficult to. Well, I guess you wouldn't know that yet. Have at it.
Yeah. If she sees something, she'll start kind of looking at them and
okay.
Trying to extract them, I guess.
Okay. If you would make a you can do a sleight of hand check, or probably sleight of hand check is the best. You can do it with advantage because it's growing from the stone, and you have that stone sense and everything else. Oh, as does Mort, actually. I think he'll work on a different thing of crystals.
That is an 18 total with advantage.
You almost get them out, but they shatter as you're trying to get them out sort of at the root. They seem to be highly fragile. Mort has the same. He just shatters his halfway through because he did not roll as well. There's still another 5 groups of these in case anyone wants to have their try or use anything at their disposal to manipulate things to maybe make it easier.
Can I summon a mage hand to help someone? I don't know if this will assist in any way, but maybe a touch that isn't a touch will help.
Yep, you could certainly give that a go.
Can I try and assist her in that by using prestidigitation to kind of push on the rocks to get the magically separate the rock from the crystal so that they can be pulled out a little easier?
Yep. You find that without breaking anything, you find that while each of those things is helpful, because Mage Hand can only lift 10 pounds, it can't quite separate it from there. So you still need someone in there doing maybe the digging, and it might help with lower the DC if you want someone. There are 5 patches left to work on.
Okay, I'll try for one. Then Ag and I will go for one.
I'll help the both of them if it helps.
Can I
Okay.
try and use some acid to dissolve the rock underneath it so it can
Ooh,
pick it up?
absolutely. Yeah, go for it. Just do a let's see. Go ahead. Well, do a sleight of hand. You can use advantage because it does seem to eat away the stone pretty well. And who's doing the other one with Aga and Aaron assisting?
We are Ag and Aaron going.
Oh, you're doing this one. Okay.
Yeah.
So one of you can
Also-
roll with advantage.
Okay.
I was gonna say
Sleight of
Ray
hand.
would help as well.
Oh, okay. Won't give them anything beneficial because they already have advantage.
Okay,
But you're there for
that's
support.
okay.
What'd you get, Beth? Blueberry?
I got natural 20, so 27.
Nice. Okay, so you're all working, and Blueberry has, pulled one of the vials of poison out from his bag, and not poison, acid, and put it around, and is digging in with his super strength claws, and and otherwise pulling it out, and gets an entire bed of them out with that roll. So there's plenty, not just for Aga in there, but probably another 4 uses after that. But what did you get, Aaron?
So yeah, Erinwin's also using her claws to dig at the rock, and then using the mage hand to kind of support it. So, and then have Aga helping loosen the stone. So that's a 19.
Okay. Yep. You get.
It was sleight of hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 19.
Okay. With a 19 total, I'm gonna say with the assistance and lower DC. It's not quite as successful as Blueberries, but you still get about 3 uses of crystals out with
So we have a total of 8.
8 uses in total, including yours. Yeah.
Hey, here you go.
Thank you.
And you
Not
know they're
to
super
meta, but-
fragile. Oh, sorry, Galathor. Go ahead.
Not to meta, but could we have Emil
Oh,
do some of these?
right.
Try his deft hand at it.
Yeah. All right, let's bring a meal on in here.
Do we have a bag of holding we can put these in?
Do we have a bag of holding?
I don't know. Gosh. You have a bag of holding.
I don't know if you guys are being sarcastic or for real.
No,
We're being sarcastic.
Kaylin has a bag of
I'm
holding,
I'm
yes.
so out of it right now.
Go ahead and ask
The guy who
Kaylin for
hasn't
the...
played in 3 weeks is like, wait, do we not have one?
It's okay, Rob. I'm the same.
I can keep them in the bag if you want to.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I would know this, Dan. I don't know whether bags of holding are everything's jumbled up in one space together, or whether you drop it in there and it gets its own extra dimensional space or not. Would it be safe in a bag of holding?
I think
you're
it's
not
all there
sure.
together.
Aga wouldn't know.
We could just keep them on us. In our pockets,
You
or
can make a history check, Aga. Yeah. And Kaylin, you can make a...
I just always assumed it was all jumbled up in there together.
It effectively
What was my
is.
check, Dan?
Oh, I guess history. You can do with
that
advantage
is-
because you're stone sense.
Oh, well then.
All the fucking things to waste a natural 20
Oh,
on. That was it
nice.
right there.
Oh no.
Yeah, I didn't get a 20, but I got an
28.
18 plus my history, which is 25.
Okay. Yeah, you know that it's not a good idea to put them in there because
Yeah.
while summoning them is one individual thing as you think of them, they all do share in a space, extra dimensional space.
It's all kind of one space, so maybe that's not the best idea.
Yeah.
Could my unseen servant just hold the ones that I took out?
Yeah.
He has a strength of 2.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty light. Yeah.
I mean,
Now, there
I
is
have
a
my mage hand can hold the other if you want. Just kind of keep that up.
Well, Rain would feel like she's not doing anything, so I'm going to look for like what we talked about. I forgot what we talked about, but you told me to Rain needs to keep an eye on something.
Oh, yeah, the Nothic-like creature. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, go ahead and make a fresh perception check, Rain. As you were looking around, what is it?
I said C.
Okay, gotcha. You see that Emil has a whole stash with a 29. He rolled a natural 20 plus 9. So he has a whole stash of 8 uses. There's only one left here, which you might want to consider leaving, as you don't know how these crystals. There's some magic element to it. They might,
No, 19, another 19.
Ah, okay.
So another 22 total.
Ah, fun. Okay.
Sorry.
Good. No, that's exciting.
I'm so out of it today, but.
All right. Let me. Oops. Nope. That's not what I wanted. Where my thingamabob's at here? So you take a scan around. You currently still don't spot any. Don't spot that. No ghosts. No Nothic-y creature. Just not sure. Don't see anything. Mm-hmm.
Did the growls sound like the creature?
The Nothic thing that you kind of think of later, like, a creature that is searching for lost arcana, that, because that's what the Ravenqueen said. It's a creature that searches for lost arcana, and there's one nearby down here in Baarakiir, and that it's looking for arcana, in particular, lost lore and arcana, to put a final end to the Ravenqueen, since she's in such a weakened state.
Cool.
Whoops.
Whee! I cannot find that. That's so weird. All right. Yep. So nothing currently. You have the crystals. What do you want to do? Do you want to try and spend more time looking around for that Nothic creature, or do you want to get these crystals back, safe and sound?
I'm looking for that creature.
Okay.
I'm dead set. Looking for that creature.
Just to get a visual, since that's in your head, if everyone is out there, you've got the crystals. What is everyone else's movement? Or are you all going to discuss it, or are you all just going to start heading back home and then find out that way that Rain's not?
I think we want to head home.
Okay. The rest of you carefully pack up and begin the trek home. Rain, at what point do you follow them for now and separate later? At what point do you let them know, or do you just at what point do you head off in a different direction?
Wait, what's happening with Rain? Wait, is she leaving?
She wants to look for that creature down here.
Yeah.
I just want to know how it plays.
Did she say this out loud to the group?
She hasn't. So I was trying to find out when she would start doing so.
Okay. Well, I mean, Kaylin's a little distracted, so she'd probably just kind of go along with the rest of the group.
Okay. All right. So
I'm going to go towards Aga and say, "Do you mind staying here with me for just a little bit longer?" And I hand him the crystals. Well, I do that.
He's already carefully, tenderly holding the ones he's got.
Never mind.
And he's
Never mind.
Sure, and he'll one by one, very carefully, set them on the ground.
Oh, okay. Make a dexterity check, please, with advantage, because you're being careful.
Before you set them on the ground, I'll offer you my mage hand. Do you want me to hold those for
Yes,
you?
Why don't we put them on the
Have your
carpet?
hands free.
Please do.
For one. if you're for
You
each,
had a good
let's
idea.
see, crystals for each.
Guys, we could put them on the carpet and
Yeah.
float them out.
Because for each 4 servings, your hand it'll be too heavy for your hands after that.
What are we setting down the crystals for?
Because we're gonna go looking for this Nothic, and I want to be able to.
Well, that's
Run
what
and-
Kaylin's asking. Is August saying that out loud?
Oh no, that was totally meta because he doesn't
Okay.
know either. Rain just asked him to stay for a
Kaylin
minute.
would have
So-
actually asked, "Why are we?"
Is it just a general dex check? Is that what you're asking for?
Not if you've paused because the conversation came about, you're fine. You don't have to. If you're not
Okay.
going to actually set them down and
I
put them
got
in
it.
the company.
I mean, if I do end up setting them down, I got a 15. And he'll kind of like look at Rain.
Rain.
This might hurt. With this? No, I'll ask later.
Great.
Oh, dang it! I did. I rolled a nat 20 for no reason, but it is for a reason. Okay.
I think we're all ready to go home.
Rain.
Can we just go home?
Do I hear anything? Like
Just people asking, like, why are we stopping?
I'm just gonna like
Ignore? Okay.
walk
Mhm.
just a little bit
Okay.
into the cave to where people could see me.
Okay, I think you've been with everybody so far.
Yeah.
No, like walk like you know how like there's a group and then you walk like a front of the group to where they can still see you.
Mhm.
That's what that's what I want Rain to do. Just like
Okay. She kind of walks ahead then so that you can still see her, but she's walking ahead.
Rain. Savannah's getting nervous.
Rain, what are you wanting to do?
like I'm like far away to like can I hear? Because like this is how I am pictured in my head, like
Yeah.
where the group is. Like the group is right here. Rain. I don't know if you can see my hand, Dan.
Yeah.
Like a couple of feet, like maybe 8-10 feet away from the group.
Oh,
Yeah, you'd be able to hear that because it's really echoey in here.
Kaylin would have spoke up for you to hear her.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, do I hear anything?
Anything outside? I mean, you can make a perception check, see if there's anything else you hear outside of them. You'll definitely hear them.
Okay.
Back in this area, there's some of that sticky water that drops down from the ceiling from beforehand. Somewhat viscous water.
A natural 20.
Nice. Okay. You hear some slightly, some soft running water. There's a fair bit of it here, even more than you would normally have in a cave system like this. A lot of running water. You're actually almost back to that area where you fought the sludges there. I forget what they were called.
The oozes where Rain nearly
Yes.
died.
Yes.
Black pudding.
Going back to your trauma, I see.
However, you don't hear anything creature-wise. You don't hear anything that seems out of the ordinary for a cave system. Just Kaylin and Devanya calling for you.
Okay, I'm like I don't hear anything. I'm just gonna walk back to the group and say, "Let's go."
Blueberry's going to go behind Rain, go into hybrid form, and just block her path so she has to leave.
Oh,
Nice.
you're behind me. I thought you were in front
Yeah.
of me. Wait, what?
No.
Blueberry.
Awesome. Blueberry goes up on 2 legs and just has that really badass, vicious were-dog sort of hybrid form. I just... if you look back, it's Blueberry, like... Nope.
Blueberry's the bouncer at the bar trying to get everybody out.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, so you continue on.
Agnes is gonna lean over to Galathor and be like, "That is really unsettling." That's a big dog. Just be like, Jesus.
You know, I think it would be fair to say that Blueberry is the strongest one of us all.
Nice.
Yeah. Holy shit.
There's a lot of muscle on Blueberry too in this.
Yeah,
film,
it just really surprises Aga because he thought he was pretty shredded. He's not. He's not.
Awesome. Whew. All right, you all continue through and return. You find your way back up to the surface, back in that you're at effectively the bulkhead that goes up into that building where the bulkhead area was hidden. I believe they gave you a device to communicate with them that you're back.
Yes.
Um,
Caitlin, want to use that device?
okay.
However it's used.
All right. Well, you hear one of the guards sort of slide open a little spot on the on the bulkhead. And who goes there?
It's Caitlin Stormforge.
Oh, and you hear the other one kind of shuffle and push out one aside. Right. Oh, Councilperson Stormforge. Yes, of course. We'll have the doors open in just a moment.
Thank you.
And you hear the
Kind of
heavy
look awkwardly back at the group.
I've got this. Bit by bit, the pulleys and chains pull open these two doors, and the two guards that were there before are still there at the end of their shift, and they're just looking around, make sure there's nothing else around you. Right.
All clear.
Oh, good,
Okay.
good. Please, we have some food here and some water in case you needed any upon your return.
It's very kind. She'll give them a gold piece each. How many were there, guards?
Just
two?
the two. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, she'll give them a gold piece each.
Oh, thank you so much. And he goes, backs it up. They seal the gates again behind you. And, well, it's I think it'd be pretty bright. I think you started in the morning, and it's effectively nighttime now, so you're underground anyway. But, you know, a lot of the softer lights are up for nighttime to give the impression of night. They open the outer warehouse gates doors for you and let you back in to the Caldarul. Oh. They did just kind of stutter, like they know it's... of course.
Good night.
Yes. Good night.
She'll turn to the group. I'm going to the estate. And she'll go to the estate.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Following.
Yeah,
right.
tired. Let's go.
Woo! All right. So does anybody not go to the estate?
No, Rain. No, I'm going to pick you up. I'm going to take you to the estate.
Okay.
All I was gonna do is cast Temple of Gods. I was gonna chill in my temple.
You can do that at the estate.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I thought we were already at the estate.
We're getting there.
Oh, okay. I thought we were already at the estate.
Gotcha. No,
Sorry.
you all return to the estate. Aga, you have been inside the estate? Yeah, you were there working on stuff. Yeah. Cool. Tight. All right, so you return. You leave the city of Caldarul, as the Stormforge estate was built just outside, many century or two ago, whatever it was, when the ruling council was like, yeah, you can have a house, but out there. And in all of its glory, as it's been refurnished, it's been, you name it, renovated to the Nine Justa Kalen's specifications.
And blueberries. Blueberry left
And
me specific
blueberries.
instructions.
Yes, that's right. It's awesome.
That Caitlin did utilize. About 50% of it.
Oh, good.
I'll
good.
take it. I'll take it.
Oh, I love it. That's so awesome. All right, so Jeremiah is there. Welcome home, mistress. And opens
Thank
up
you,
the door.
Jeremiah.
Oh,
Anything different happened today? Anything unexpected?
oh, well, nothing as grand as the, he kind of points over to Devanya and Aga after their bout of What's the word y'all used? Sparring. Yes, out in the front yard. Nothing as grand as that, but there was a deal in the market today for some sprigberries, so we've got some pie. I don't even know if that counts.
That's actually good news. Thank you.
Oh, aye, lass, in the kitchen. They're still warm.
Everyone goes into the kitchen.
Yeah, nice. Oh, you all made it back. Oh, that's great.
Were you not expecting us to, Jeremiah?
Wasn't you sure? I never know when you all leave, if you'll all be coming back or not.
And sometimes I wonder when I come back if you will be here or not.
It's a fair thing to consider.
It is.
He kind of chuckles and kind of lets everybody, guides everyone in and takes any orders for anyone, if they want some meat or they want, some of that pie or some food or anything. Do y'all have anything you want to do this evening before Betty bye?
I'm going to cast Temple of Gods outside of the estate.
Oh, okay.
Well, before I walk into the estate. I'm going to cast it, and then I'm going to walk into the estate.
Ah, okay. So
and then I'm going to find Aga and Galathor.
Cool. So from the stone springs forth your church to sleep in. However, once it's raised and formed, you head inside. Go ahead and roleplay that out. You walk through the door. What do you do?
No, I'm going to cast it. And I'm going to come back.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You walked into the estate. I just wanted to give you the opportunity to roleplay it.
I'm going to find Aga and Galathor wherever they'd be.
Where do you think you two would be initially, just after you get in?
Closet making out.
Nice.
I
7 minutes
you
in
just
heaven.
took the words out of my mouth.
Oh my God.
And a new ship was born.
Oh, wow.
Agathor.
That's amazing. I actually was planning on tracking down Brewer, but she could probably find me in the hallways. She'd probably catch me before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And Galathor?
Is probably just distracted in general, because Ed is distracted in general.
That's awesome. All right, so you find them, Rain. Go ahead. You see them both sort of near-ish each other in the hallways, going about looking for something.
Can we talk outside about whatever messed up sword you have?
Sure, I don't see why not.
Lead the way.
Okay, and I'm going to leave them outside.
Okay. You do that?
Why haven't you gotten rid of it? That thing is dangerous.
When was the last time you destroyed an artifact that had a living soul inside of it?
All right.
Yeah. I'm working on it.
We plan to destroy it.
How?
Like I said, I'm working on it.
Do you care to elaborate on how you're working on it?
First, I have to figure out how the enchantment's tied to and he starts going into technical, Send
it to me, Rob.
Well, I'm literally just, that was bullshit. I was just making stuff up. But he goes into the technical side of how magical items are enchanted, because he can do that. And then he starts talking about how, magic tied to physical items makes them remarkably resilient, and starts talking about how he's going to have to find something that's just as magically powerful as this magical item is resilient in order to destroy it, etc., etc. And he'll just go into the magic of destroying an artifact, which is incredibly difficult to do.
Galathor starts counting the stones in the keep.
Rain says nothing, and then they storm into the temple, just furious.
Okay.
And then I can make it. Hang on. No fiends. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Da, da. Okay, come on. Where are the... Anything? Blah, blah, blah. Elementals or fiends cannot come, or undead.
Ah, okay. All right, you block them out. You settle into your cozy stone church out there. Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to pray and... Oh, wait. No, that's divine intervention. Never mind.
Okay.
I can't.
All right.
Can
you resolve yourself to some prayers for the evening.
Galathor starts knocking on the door of the temple.
Ooh, nice. Rain, you hear a knock as you're researching or praying.
Aga's gonna. I'm just gonna go, and he's gonna turn and walk back inside.
Nice.
Okay.
Rain, you hear a knock.
Okay, I open it.
I thought you wanted to talk about this. That wasn't very much of a discussion.
Well, Aga thinks that he has it figured out. I'm not in the mood. I'm tired. I had not even agonizing, excruciating pain happened to me today. So he says he has it. I trust him.
That doesn't seem very convincing to me. You don't sound very convinced.
And then I offer Galathor to come inside, and then I shut the door.
Okay.
Wait, are you... Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. I didn't say face, so...
Nope,
So you're
not
good.
okay either.
You're good.
That's called entrapment.
Nice.
So, how? That's never happened to me before when I held the sword. Why was it different for you? What happened?
Your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea. I think this is a big if, and this is just a big theory that I have. I think the reason why it didn't control me, like it controlled you, or possess, I don't know the terminology. I'm too tired. Is because of my deity. My deity protect me.
The Matron of Ravens.
Yes.
Well, I'll leave you alone to it too, if you need to speak with her.
Okay. And I walk with Galathor and I escort him out.
Okay.
You can come to us if you're feeling out of whack, out of sorts. You know that, right?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Have a good night.
Do you mind staying guard for me? I usually ask him in, but since you're already out here, do you mind?
Not at all. It's what followers of Helm do best.
Thank you. Good night. And I shut the door.
Nice. It's sort of funny to me that you to watch from outside. Okay, so are you spending the night, Galathor, outside to watching guard, or are you sleeping tonight, or how would you like to handle that?
Galathor's a half elf, so gets to do that thing, I think, right?
Yes.
I think it might just be the.
It's just
Oh.
full elves.
Oh, hey.
Well,
The
okay.
trance.
Fair enough. Well, yeah, I'll just take the exhaustion.
Okay.
Actually, partway through the night, Aaron will come talk to him.
Oh,
But if other people have other things they want to do, then that'll be like in the middle of the night.
okay.
Please.
Oh.
Anybody?
Awesome. Well, Agathor, I almost said Agathor. You don't see Brewer here. He's not here tonight. Seems like he's elsewhere for the time being.
If I can't find Brewer, then I'll go and knock on Kaylin's door.
Okay. Let me check quickly and see. Devanya, what are you up to? Since I haven't plugged into you for a bit.
Oh, just letting other people do their awesome roleplay. She would have gone upstairs to her room, take off her pouch of the gemstones and lay them out on a side table. Is there a window in the room?
I think so.
Look, because she'd want to look out the window and pray to her deity about the thoughts she had earlier, and use the. If I remember correctly, the Runekeeper gave her a ring.
Yeah.
She wants to use that and say the code word, which I completely forgot, so I will make it up. I'll just say Nemarie or something.
Okay.
No, I think it was Melach. Yes, we'll do Melach. I'll write it down so I don't forget. Anyway, and go to sleep for a long rest.
Okay, nice. Your Dream Marbles password is actually cool with a K. Kool.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah, that was way off.
It's been a long time, so
it's been a long time.
Yeah.
I didn't even write it down. Like I completely forgot.
It's the one note that I always keep. I probably tease you with a hard time over it, but it's been so long I won't. Okay, so you go to rest a bit and pray. Find yourself in meditation and prayer to your deity. And as you do that, one of the crystals slides a little bit. And then another. And then they start to rumble slightly on that shelf or nightstand. And then they float up in the air. And start kind of spinning around in almost like a hypnotic circle. And you're unsure whether you slipped unconscious or whether you're still awake. But out of nowhere, a hand collects them. Grasps them all in a hand that then, connected to a body, you just see the hand first grabbing the stones and then resting them back on the nightstand. And before you stands... probably a middle-aged man, a scraggly hair, a bunch of different wounds that are open and bleeding. It looks like he's been beaten. You've seen this person before when they came to you a very long time ago to answer your prayers. Ilmater, in the form that he took before, stands before you. Devanya.
I'm out. I don't know what to say.
How are you?
What?
How are you, my child?
Troubled.
Yes.
I'm with this group and helping them out.
I win!
Yay, you win!
Oh,
And
so cute.
but the thoughts keep coming back.
Yes, the thoughts. You are doing good work with those you travel with. The thoughts were nagging you in the back of your mind were me reaching out. I'm here to warn you, Divania. There's a time coming soon when the ones who imprisoned and controlled you will return for you, to try and return you to their service once again. Mal has only grown in power and influence. You must be wary, and you must come to know your companions. Know them well, learn to trust, or you will not know who your enemy is in the time to come.
Do they know where I'm at?
They do not. And the future is ever changing and hidden in the mists of that change. But the time I foresee, I hear the creaks and groans of a ship at sea and soft waves patting the sides of a boat. Come to know your friends and those you travel with before this future comes. Or again, you will not know who your enemy is.
I'll try my best to do as you ask.
And I will help you in this task. And he kind of holds out his hands for you, for your hands, if you're willing.
She will actually take off the gloves that she had covering.
Oh,
Like
okay.
never takes them off.
Yeah.
and place them in his hand.
And he clasps your hands, and you can feel the different scars and wear and tear from when he's taken on the suffering of so many. This is a small bit of my power that I give to you. This will sharpen your spellcasting and make you better able to look out for those around you and do what you have set out to do. I do hope you spend more time working inwardly as well, finding a way from all that has happened to, through the truth of it all. And I hope you find healing in that.
Me too.
I'm always a prayer away. And I'm proud of you. You are doing good work and putting much good back into the world.
She's gonna start having tears fall down her face.
Oh, you see him have a tear start to fall as well in response. He gives your hands a squeeze. And then the next moment he's gone, and you're sitting up on the side of your bed. Again, not sure if you were unconscious or not. However, you now have sharpened spellcasting, which means that you get a critical hit on not just a 20, but also a 19.
The ting.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Are the gemstones still on the table?
They are. Yep. They're neatly arranged and safe and sound.
Somebody's very noisily getting some food in the middle of the night. It must be Emily.
Yeah.
She must be making her pizza downstairs.
That's awesome. Oh, yikes. Our things changed. Hang on. Let me fix it.
She'll
Excited.
That's adorable.
Hey, like a little
So
dog.
excited.
Down. Give me a cup.
Oh, I love that.
She will gather up the gemstones
Mm-hmm.
and she'll gather up the gemstones and put them back in the pouch. Put the pouch under her pillow and go straight to sleep.
Okay. All right. And you know, as far as your nights go, it's a pretty good night of sleep, which isn't to say on its own it's a good night, but in a range of things for you, it's a pretty good night. All right. So let me just fix the last of these things. Bottom right must be who did we lose? That Zed. Okay. I mean Galathor. Oops. Oh. Okay. So I think that fixes our name tags. All right. Who else? Let's see. Aga was going to talk to someone before. Someone had something in the middle of the night, but Aga was going to do something before that, right?
Yeah, Kaylin would have grabbed, I'm guessing that she would have grabbed a full bottle of whiskey from the bar
nice.
area and went up to her room. But before she would have been in her room, she would have stopped outside of Brewer's door and just kind of listened against the door to see if she heard anything. And since he wasn't there, I'm guessing she heard nothing, so she would just moodily go into her room and close the door and start drinking whiskey.
Nice. All right, Aga, after a little while, you've looked around the house, you haven't seen her, but you do have a rough idea where her room is, so.
Well, I would just ask someone, right? Like,
yeah, sure.
Servants would still be up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, you're looking? Oh, no, I saw her go. She went to the room earlier.
Where's that? And I'll go knock on her door.
Oh, you sure I'll, it's, all right, it's upstairs, down the hall, 4 doors down on the right.
I have a reputation, apparently.
Yeah, I think he saw you getting the whiskey in your booth, so he's like, just to let you know, she's, it looks like whatever happened.
Yeah, I know, and
all right.
Yeah,
all right.
Because he's aware. He's just like, yes, yeah.
But
it's like he's impatient too. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay.
And he'll knock on the door.
Kaylin will answer. Akka, what? Probably like whiskey glass in hand. She'll just kind of leave the door open and go back into the room and sit down. What's up?
He'll kind of like right and left down the hall, make sure that Neil or somebody's not sneaking around in the shadows or something.
Nice.
He'll step inside and close the door, and he'll. Do you have a second glass?
Sure. She'll find. Not a Scottish accent, Stephanie. This is the wrong character. She will grab. I'm sure she has a glass somewhere. She'll grab a whiskey glass and pour some whiskey. Here you go.
Kind of
smoke drifting off her eye.
And I'll say there's probably a second chair in there.
He'll take a small sip and go.
It's good. It's a good one. Found it downstairs, and one of the ones I found downstairs in some casks in the basement when I found this place. Well, how did your day go? You found the crystals.
He'll kind of smirk. I did. I don't know entirely what I need to do with them, though. I know what they're likely to be used for, and I know that they're essential in whatever this process is going to be. But I don't know what this process is going to be, and I gathered from the looks that you and Brewer give each other when I spoke about it that you have at least a vague understanding of this process.
Vague, yes. But I do have... The forge has a spirit of sorts, so I'm kind of hoping they might know more of what we need to do. That's my hope, at least. I'm sure we can get it done. I mean, if you can't do it at this forge, you can't do it anywhere. Not that I know of.
Must be an amazing forge. I've seen machines made that run on souls. Some terrible things where I come from.
And where's that?
He'll just kind of gesture downward.
Got it. I guess the first one I saw was Brewer, so I haven't had the pleasure to meet your kind of Warforged.
Brewer is the first I've met as well. I theorized that it was possible before I met him, but I had never seen one.
Oh.
I'm talking about machines. Imagine a carriage, no horses. Instead, you just put a soul in the right spot, and it eats the soul and moves you around.
I'm not going to pretend that I'm not fascinated, but also a bit frightened.
Hells are fascinating. I'm not going to lie myself either. Full of things that are useful and powerful and ingenious, but also terrifying and awful.
There's a double-edged sword, as it were.
I have a feeling that me wanting a body that's not mine is probably going to be the same.
Yeah, I would assume so. I know Brewer has a lot of reservations that he voiced to, well, he didn't voice them all to me, but said that he wanted to talk with you when he can. I was hoping he'd be here tonight, but apparently he has other things to do.
He'll kind of like open and close his mouth like multiple times, like he's trying to figure out how to say something, and kind of go back into like the same like childish first time he's broaching this kind of thing attitude, and go, "Are you okay?"
Depends on your meaning.
I don't know what my meaning is. I just know that people say that when they see that something's off in someone that's he kind of like dramatic pauses and then says the word trust.
Well, a lot's happened. I have a lot to process. I can't... Do you ever get the feeling that you find something that could make it better, but then it disappears as soon as you can try to attain it, or it mutates, or something else happens? In other words, I try to make things better, but they don't seem to get better. Not for me, and not for anything else.
Aga will kind of like look at his whiskey glass that he really hasn't touched, and he'll just shoot the whole glass. And he'll go, I've never told anyone this story. The Hells are not a gentle place. And I'm, because of that, not a gentle man. Before I was allowed to leave the Hells, I was told the only test I had to pass was slaying an enemy of the Hells. Figured I've done that a million times. The Hells, you're raised to fight and kill, mostly demons, but anybody who stands in the way of the goals. And I figured, no problem. For my freedom, I'll kill anybody. Just didn't want to be there anymore. And when I stepped into the pit that they were going to have me fight in, my brother in arms stepped in the other side. And I was told, weakness is the enemy of the Hells. Whichever of you wins gets to leave this place and search the prime material for ways to help the fight with the demons. And I'm here, so my brother's not. I thought I was going to better my situation. And I just ended up free and more alone than ever.
Quite a story.
Choices are hard. You never know what the outcome's going to be till after you make it. But life goes on. You still have goals, still have things to accomplish. I'm learning slowly that maybe you even have more people to be shield brothers with.
Maybe that's my problem. Or maybe I don't. I'm not sure I have a goal. Or at least I get a goal, and then it ends up getting shot to hell. I don't know. I thought this place would bring me peace. And in a way it does. But I don't know. I don't know what to do with it all. I'm afraid by the time that I get around to enjoying it, I won't be me.
Well, I suppose we change who we are every day. In every situation and with every interaction, we change a little bit. I found that I had to, just to survive. So, you are who you are each second of every day. Even if it changes, you're still you. As far as enjoyment and enjoying something, I haven't learned that skill yet.
I used to know. Not too sure anymore. But So I guess tomorrow I don't think there's anything else on the list that, unless sometime between tonight and tomorrow morning someone gets themselves killed in this house, we can probably head to the forge tomorrow and Brewer. Hold on. Kaylin's gonna get out her sending stone to Brewer, Dan.
Okay.
Brewer. It's Kaylin. Would you be able to be at the estate tomorrow? Time for the forge. Aga wants to talk.
You get a response just a few moments after that. Yes, Jacera. Of course. I definitely want to speak with Aga first. I'll be there.
Well, he's coming to speak with you tomorrow. And she'll put the stone back into her bag. So he'll be around. We can finally get started on what part of why you're here. Are you, I don't know, do you get excited?
I'm laughing. Aga's not. He goes, I try not to, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't.
Good.
Thank you.
Would you like some more whiskey to take with you?
He'll stand up and wobble and go, I've literally never had a drink in my life. I hate this feeling. And he'll go cross-eyed, like he's already drunk. He's a super lightweight.
That's amazing.
Are you gonna be able to make it back to your room? Are you okay?
I think I'll be and he'll just poof.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Kaylin's just going to drink another glass of whiskey before getting someone to getting the servants to help her get him to his room.
Okay, they take it from. That's awesome. You just step over him, and they take the rest. They take care of the rest. They bring him over to his room, get him tucked in and such.
Before Rain goes into a deep pray and or sleep, I'm going to try to summon my raven, which I named Vivi.
Ooh, nice.
So I'm going to try to see if I can summon it, and I'm going to write a little note to Aga.
Okay, that does not work tonight, but you get the feeling it might work after a long rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll open the door and check on Galathor.
Actually, I'm gonna, because Erin had something she was gonna do a little earlier.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I am so sorry.
No worries. Consider what you want to do once you check on Galathor, but a little bit before that, we'll say, sometime before that, Erin, you come out and see, you find Galathor standing watch out there.
Well, she would have looked out the window and seen him, so okay, so she'll go and she'll bring him a blanket and a pillow. It's kind of, here you go.
Dan, I'm sorry, Beth had to bounce.
Oh, okay. Totally understand. All right, thanks for the heads up. Here we go. Let's switcheroo.
It's kind of offer him blanket and pillow. Looks like you're gonna be here for a while, so.
Appreciate the gesture. It was getting cold out.
Yeah, I just wanted to say sorry for earlier.
Sorry for what?
I was kind of a jerk to you, while we were in that wild magic area, so, I'm sorry.
It was in the moment. You don't have to apologize for that.
Yeah, I guess.
So, Mistra,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's been a really weird few days.
definitely unexpected on my part.
Uh, I mean, I never really worshipped her or anything, so it was just kind of weird when she just kind of suddenly appeared. At the festival. We ate donuts together. But so that circlet thing that suddenly vanished, I guess. Apparently that's one of like 7 pieces, because she's got like 7 stars and all that. There's 7 relics to help bring her back. And I promised
Next
to
thing you're
go.
gonna tell me is that there's gonna be 7 dwarves.
I mean, there's a lot more than 7 dwarves here. But if I were to go look for those, would you have to stop me or anything?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, because there's that story that you told how Mr. and Helm don't really get along, so I just didn't want to. Things are already kind of tense in the party, so I just didn't want to make it worse.
Mr. and Helm aren't enemies, they just have unresolved issues. Kind of like us.
Side note, if you two touch at all at any point, please let me know.
What?
Okay.
If there's any physical touch, just let me know. Like sitting next to each other, bonking in, or anything. Thanks.
Okay, alright.
That was oddly specific.
That's suspicious at all.
Just for
now
you!
Now I want to do this just what's going on, Dan?
Not suspicious at all.
I
Yeah.
feel like Dan just did like the now Kith.
Oh no, we didn't mean to.
Like in the middle of the conversation, I would suspect Rain can hear through the walls. And so I'm gonna open the door to see who Galathor is talking to, and to see if it's Erwin. I'm gonna eavesdrop, just listening, just like on my stomach, like peeping through like the little door, like the little opening that I made before.
Okay. So he'll say like we have got open as well gestures, and she'll kind of like, yeah. She'll sit down next to him. Yeah, I am. I don't know what to say to that. I don't know what to do. Do you know what to do?
You don't have to say anything, just if you don't mind listening.
I'll listen. You've listened to me a lot. It's the least I can do.
I just want to be honest with you right now. I don't think I can take this any further at the moment. There's just too much on my mind. There's too much at stake. But that doesn't close the door. Maybe once we're done saving the world, might be a chance.
All right. That's fair. That's fair. Well, thank you for telling me. Even though I will admit freely that that is definitely not something I wanted to hear. But thank you. And thank you for all that you've helped me through since we've met. Mistra's going to be helping me with that now. She said she would help me work through my trauma. So you don't have to worry about that. One less thing to worry about.
I don't mind worrying about it. But
Well,
I can tell you're in good hands now.
thanks. Can I stay out here with you
Sure,
for old time's sake?
of course. You can look at the stars.
Okay, we're in.
Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
just that flustered. Yeah.
she'll look up too, and just kind of she'll conjure her dancing orbs and like make stars on the
Rain.
cavern ceiling, and then she'll kind of like lean back against the temple and then like lean her head on his shoulder.
Ah, okay.
I have a
What is that,
question.
Rain? Uh-huh.
Wait, no, magic doesn't affect it. I was gonna say. Yeah, let me double check. Rolling. I'll just skim. Da.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. No. It's not an attack spell or anything. Okay, we're good. I
Okay.
kind of ruined the moment. I'm so sorry.
All right, no problem. No.
And then, and Rain is just gonna kind of you two hear the door kind of ease, and as the gap gets bigger, to see what's going on.
Everyone will close it shut,
Thunk. Nice.
and then she'll lean her head on Galathor's shoulder.
You rest your head on his shoulder, and you both have a shared vision of the past. You experience as though you were in, third-person view here, watching both yourselves off to the side, and you see these different scenes come together. Of Mistra dealing with a bunch of people. People here in Astralanor, ceaselessly grasping for power through pleading and flattery or treachery, and all to grasp more magic, more power. And at one point, there was, let's see, banners, okay, Mistra was even captured by a torturous god of tyranny. And after being thrown down into a distant world with all other gods, Astralanor, and then being captured, this is during the time of Troubles, during being captured and tortured, that was just the last straw for her. Immediately upon being freed, Mistra possessed the follower who had gathered the group together to save her as her avatar, and was able to regain much of her power. She then opened a gate to her heavenly realm, but the path was guarded by the god of protection, Helm. Mistra argued, saying she had nothing to do with the affairs and events that caused her fall in the time of Troubles, and demanded he let her pass so she might speak to the one above all and regain her rightful place as keeper of the weave. The god of protection steadfastly refused to let her pass and gave her fair warning, as this is his sworn duty from the one above all. Furious, She attacked him with bolts and beams of energy, fire and ice, mystic blades and magical hammers, and dread creatures with fangs and claws, coils and maws, wings and tentacles. Her opponent held firm, absorbing or brushing off each of her assaults, weeping blue flame tears of anger and frustration. You recognize this blue flame. She grappled with him, and fire leaped from her mouth. Holding her off with one hand, he raised his visor. As their gaze met, the goddess let out a terrible scream, heard across the worlds as she saw her doom written on his face. Drawing back, the protector punched his gauntleted fist through her chest, and the mortal body of her follower exploded in a blindingly hot flash of devastating power. When you are temporarily blinded by this experience, but when you regain your sight, you find yourselves standing on a circular stone foundation. All that's left of this landscape here around you is just charred and blasted in every direction. And standing in the mouth of the gate, Helm himself admonished the group to seek out there's others that were following Mistra here. To almost sounds as though he's speaking to you, but you know you're just there as a witness. To seek out their fate with more wisdom than the former goddess, and then vanish through the gate as it closed behind him. But you saw in his eyes with the visor raised a sadness. This is not something he wanted to do, and conflict between the orders given him and the persuasive argument that she made. She didn't have anything to do with that. But his duty to be the protector and protect this portal came first. You look down now at Mistra, almost lying at your feet, wounded and hurt, but not entirely. Well, the body she was inhabiting is dead. You see the blue flames that were pouring out of her eyes as tears. Some escape and return to different portions of the world below. You get to experience firsthand the unfairness of it all, that this isn't really one side right, one side wrong. They were just at odds. They were each right, and this was the fallout from it. And then you snap back to yourselves as you are in the present.
Oh. That's the story you told me?
See what I mean, then?
Yeah. I'm sorry for what I said.
No, don't apologize, says Kaylin from the side.
Is the whole party just watching?
Everyone's out looking out a window.
I just have like the box of donuts and some popcorn.
Caitlin yells from her window, "Don't apologize!"
That is amazing.
Rain is gonna continue to peek out after Carolyn slams the door and right in front of her face that is still messed up.
She didn't slam it, she just like forcefully pushed it closed.
Stop.
That's awesome.
Okay. Well, I made a reaction, but still, I'm going to pop out and just look.
Okay. Outside of all this going on, and Rain, of course, you see the two of them out there still. Does anybody have anything you want to do before sleep? I kind of like to just, get rest done if we're ready for rest.
I before I really jumped in because I totally forgot about Sam.
Oh yeah. What you got?
I'm gonna try to summon my raven and.
still doesn't work tonight. You think that maybe after a long rest it'll work.
Okay, I'm going to go up to the estate, and I'm going to leave I quietly push the door open, see Galathor and Erwin maybe asleep. I don't know. I walk up, and I have a note for Aga, which Rob, I will send you a message of what the note says. And then I head back, and I go to sleep. To my temple.
Awesome.
Quietly shut the door behind.
Good. I need to
Caitlin
check.
would just drink enough whiskey until she just passes out in her bed.
Ooh, nice. All right. So is anybody not sleeping? Just Galathor and Erwin, right? Or are you sleeping, Erwin, while you're out there?
I'm gonna offer to Galathor, if you're gonna keep watch, I can keep watch part of the night too, so you can sleep too.
Thank you.
Go ahead and sleep.
The ship sail already.
Okay, so let's see. Rain, you head back to your church then after you leave the note for Aga?
See.
Okay. So between Galathor and Erwin, who's doing the first? Are you doing 4 hours and 4 hours?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. Who's taking the first 4 hours to be awake?
I will.
Okay.
He's tired, I'll let him sleep.
Aww. Nice. All right. Let me just check something here. I don't think that's the thing. I just want to see what. I don't know what level this is.
Does Caitlin have enemies? Are we being set upon?
Oh no. No.
I mean, why
Okay.
not?
I could probably use that.
Why the heck not?
Dan about to be roll initiative end session.
Right?
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Aaron, what's your passive perception?
Not fantastic, 14. But she is actively keeping a watch.
Okay. I'll do this with disadvantage. Okay, the coast looks clear. Well, let me just take a quick look at. No.
Dan, you have 2 players here who have lost characters. One has lost 2 characters. Ice.
All right. Rain, can you please roll 14d6? And if you don't have that, just do it in fantasy grounds. / die.
Wait, what?
Just do it in fantasy
14
grounds.
D6.
Hang on. No, 6.
That's a lot of math.
7.
Yeah, go ahead and do it in
8.
fantasy grounds if you would, because we're running late and I do want to wrap it up for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. It's just / die space 14d6.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Okay.
What is with the 51? 3. I just want to see how much I roll.
Rain, please make a stealth check.
Wait, what? Daniel.
Whoa.
Ugh.
If it ends up being a rabbit, I'm gonna be I'll walk away from this table.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just 5 total.
Okay. The house wakes up to the blood-curdling screams of Mort in his room,
Wait, what?
yelling in pain. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
F you, Dan. I'm done.
Is that the save that he's been passing every
leaving.
night?
Who
You
knows
can't
what's
do this
going
when
on?
he's not here!
I know.
Dan, I'm virtually punching you right now.
Nice.
I feel like we just told Dan, you can't do that. And Dan looked at us and went, I just did.
Oops.
Watch
Oh, that's awesome.
What?
Oh.
Wait, so what was my stealth check for?
I don't know. Weird, isn't it? So, thank you all. Oh, I love being an asshole.
Wait a second.
Somebody make that a quote.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Kaylin's like, I'm passed out. I don't give a fuck.
It's just it's just a mic drop and walk off stage from
That's awesome. That was a fantastic night. Thank you all for hanging tight. I know that we definitely ran late. I want to make sure everyone got their things in now that we're back.
A lot happened.
Yeah, for real. That was a jam-packed session. Oh, it was amazing. So good, so good. Let me just make sure I spelled that right. I did. Okay, good. For anyone that's new, it's like, what is this amazing show? Oh my gosh, I need more of it in my life, which is everybody in chat right now. This has been Stormfall.
Oh my god.
yourself.
I'm done with
It's our Friday night campaigns. This is episode 121. That is phenomenal.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We're coming up on 3 years, which
We
I think
are.
is
So close.
August, maybe. I just looked it up the other day.
September.
September.
Mhm.
Amazing. So obviously, tons of drama here in this campaign. Let me pop up our schedule here so you can see. Every Friday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. Fridays earlier in the day, between noon and 3 p.m. Eastern, you can catch Mad Art with Steph. Oh. Looks like Vic put by Steph in here. I keep doing it both ways so many times. Sorry. Mad Art with Steph.
That's what she said.
Nice. Awesome. And you can actually, if in our Discord, let me just plug our Discord here. You can put in, or you can vote in a poll that Steph puts up each week as to which fan art she's going to work on.
Google a poll.
I know.
Get
I'm
out.
a professional grade schooler. I can't.
I guess it does it for you, huh?
Yeah. Well, I'm an easy lay. And then every Saturday evening between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, you can catch Andrew DMing Tower of Dreams. And that's our most recent campaign currently, so it's really easy to get caught up on. I think we're on episode 6 of that.
So 7 this Saturday.
Ooh, nice. All right. Check it out. Really great, really interesting take. Coming up soon.
6 or 7. You might be right. Anyways, sorry.
No worries. Hopefully the 11th of July is what I'm aiming for. Saturday nights will be a brand new campaign called En Extremis. So look forward to that. Sky Pirates, Floating Cities, which is a little bit similar to the Forsaken, but in a different part of the world with different things going on. Every Sunday, starting this Sunday, we have a new thing coming up. I also need to get a new schedule put up here. I believe between 2 and 5 p.m. Eastern, not D&D, but an assortment of tabletop games that Vic is running. So different people joining each week and different games being played. I think we're using both Jackbox and Tabletop Simulator and some other options there. Look forward to that. And then Vic also on Sunday nights, between every Sunday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern, The Obsidian Scar, which is a proper naughty campaign. And if you think I'm being silly here, check out that. That is absolutely, we're all proper naughty on that campaign. It's amazing. Then we come on around to Monday, where our own staff DMs The Forsaken, which has the floating cities, political intrigue, forbidden magic.
We also have Victoria guest DMing this Monday.
That's right. Chickadee, check it out. Every Monday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. Every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. Sensing a theme, probably. Our all-evil campaign, Kyr's Lament. Look forward to that. Oh, man, they're all about to discover all these natural world consequences this upcoming session. So fun. And then every Wednesday night, we have a Madbird Squawks, which is our D&D talk show. Currently nothing on Thursdays, but we've got a bunch of other stuff coming up. It's going to be great. Consider joining our Discord. We just a freshly rebooted Discord D&D text-based D&D. We have a few DMs, so you come pop in, play when you can or want to, and don't when you don't. It's
Bunch
amazing.
of fun ideas in the works for that. So
Yeah. Oh,
Get
it's been
excited.
so fun. Yes. All right. Let me also just quickly put our YouTube. We have a YouTube. Consider subscribing if you want to stay up to date. Of course, up to you. On all of our campaigns, they all get uploaded over there. In case you're unable to watch them here, I am going to go ahead and have us raid. Oops. Did I
Same
do
if
that
theirs
right?
is
Okay,
on.
good. Captain Robert tonight. Very fun stream. And yeah, let's go check them out, and we'll catch you all, tomorrow for Tower Dreams. Have an awesome night, everyone. Thank you, players. You're fleeping amazing. I don't have words. You're just so amazing. And viewers, too. Thank you all so much. Take care, everyone. Have a great night. Bye.
good night.